It's the Wally Onemene Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the UC San Diego Titans in its final home series of the season. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Here's the deal. People need a place to explore national issues that have an impact on their community. Join us every week to catch up on the stories making a big difference.
Watch The Big Deal with Errol Lewis Saturdays at 4 on OC16.
At Spectrum News, we're committed to our communities around the clock. And now, Spectrum Internet-only customers, we're bringing Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum Sports to your TVs, delivering coverage of the local sports you love. Spectrum News, now streaming exclusively for Spectrum customers.
OC16.tv has the games you want. Go to the homepage to find the channel under the Now Playing section. Enter your Spectrum username and password.
It's the ILH champions, Spartans of Maryknoll, taking on the defending state champion, OIA champs, the Trojans of Mililani, for all the marbles in the 2025 Data House HHSAA Division I State Championship softball matchup. And you can see the hottest ticket on the island on this Friday night is for this D1 title game. The line goes from the entrance to the softball stadium all the way to the parking structure. The folks are fired up for what should be an unbelievably matchup between Maryknoll, the number 2 seed, and the top seed, the Trojans of Mililani. Let's take a look now at the bracket, see how these two teams got here. And there you see Mililani. They got the first round bye, so they opened up play on Wednesday 4-0 over Kamehameha Kapalama. And then a game you saw right here on Spectrum XCast last night, 19 unanswered runs, and they run away from it over Punahou. For Maryknoll, the ILH champions, they knocked off Kaiser 11-1, and then last night in an entertaining game, picked up the W against Campbell. So it is 1 versus 2. Scott Robbs along with Kelly Elms. We saw a 1 versus 2 matchup in the D2 game, won by the number 1 seed. Kapal, what do you expect to hear in this one?
We'll see. Will we see 2 back-to-back champs? Kapa'a went back-to-back. Will Mililani be able to do the same? It's exciting to see the OIA champ versus the ILH champ. It's going to be a really good game. Yeah, you can tell everybody wants to get in on this one. All right, it's time now to take a look at our New City Nissan Impact players. All right, for Maryknoll, we're looking at Shea Iokia. She had 2 big home runs last night against their win with Campbell. You see her right there, a grand slam that put them away from the Sabres. We'll see if she's able to keep it going tonight. And for the defending state champs, we've got Ori Ma'ilo. There were 5 home runs last night. One of them coming from Ori, headed to Oklahoma next year. And if Mililani's able to pull this off, you need your stars to do star-like things. We'll see if Ori Ma'ilo is up to the task. It's the Division I State Championship game in softball. Number 1, Mililani. Number 2, Maryknoll. When we come back, the starting lineups.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Zippies.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard. But our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big, and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand, garlic miso chicken plate and salad. A boneless chicken thigh marinated in a sweet miso and garlic seasoning, then lightly fried to a perfect crisp. Available all day for a limited time at Zippy's.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Throughout the years, many things have changed, but Long's Drugs remains committed to serving you and all of Hawaii by partnering with local brands and businesses, by hiring local talent who dedicate themselves each day, and by direct donations and volunteer initiatives. It's all a part of our commitment to sustaining a healthy and thriving island community.
Serving you since 1954.
Make Long's a part of your day.
How's it? I'm Jimmy Bender. You're watching Spectrum XCast.
And back at the Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium, it's going to be a sellout. Fans still making their way in for this one. The title game, number 1, Mililani, and number 2, Maryknoll. It's time now for the Zippy starting lineups as we throw it over to the public address announcer, the OIA Executive Director, and tonight's PA announcer, Bryce Kanashiro.
Good evening, softball fans. Again, welcome to Rainbow Wahine Stadium for the Division I title game in girls state softball. Featuring from the ILH, the Maryknoll Spartans taking on from the OIA, the Mililani Trojans. Here are your starting lineups. First, for the Maryknoll Spartans. Leading off, the second baseman, number 6, Rainy Hirooka. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Kyla Abad. Batting third, the third baseman, number 22, Shazel Iokia. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 34, Palehua Silva. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 44, Cassie Cruz. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 10, Kaya Miller. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 24, Carlin Sapolu. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 4, Kylie May Gatu. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 17, Siana Kamisato. Head coach for the Maryknoll Spartans, John Uekawa. And now your starting lineups for the Mililani Trojans. Leading off, the shortstop, number 15, Kakiao Aina. Batting second, the second baseman, number 2, Cameron Aoki. Batting third, the third baseman, number 24, Ori Mailo. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 16, Makanale Watkins Villegas. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 8, Hinano Bautista. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 7, Emma Parker. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 5, Lana Nakayama. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 11, Aubrey Nakashima. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 4, Cody Anchetta. Playing left field for Mililani, number 3, Kaylee Kihara. Head coach of the Mililani Trojans, Rose Antonio.
And there you see Coach Antonio and her defending Mililani Trojans going up against the 2 seed in Maryknoll. You look at this matchup, and who has the advantage of anybody?
We'll see which pitching shows up tonight. We've had some really good pitching duels, but both of these offenses have really showed out, especially in the semifinals last night. So I think it's going to come down to pitching. Who's able to hold off the offense of the other team?
Yeah, you look at Maryknoll last night, and I just thought they were consistent throughout the game in their win. You look at Mililani, and they got off to a slow start. They didn't panic. They were down 5-0 to Punahou in the 3rd inning, and then we saw what Mililani is capable of doing. 5 home runs and 19 straight runs later, they're here back defending their title.
Yeah, I think for Mililani, they're going to just need to keep their foot on the gas pedal with their bats. And for Maryknoll, they had a different type of year. They started slow, but have really caught fire here late, won the ILH, and having an incredible run here and trying to close it out with a state championship.
All right, number 1 seed Mililani, number 2 seed Maryknoll for all the marbles on a Friday night. Manoa will step away. We'll come back for the opening pitch.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the 2nd year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
Well, here you see there the League of Legends, and this is ILH D1 Softball State Championships in the last 20 years. And there you see the titles. Maryknoll last won it in 2022, winning it all. Iolani won it back in 2019. This is one sport, particularly the last 5 or 6 years, pretty much dominated by the OIA. The public schools have the advantage over the private schools. So Maryknoll trying to get back at the top of the softball mountain here. Well, Mililani trying to get another championship. And you got to think that both teams are not only pumped up, but got to have a little nerves as well, right?
I would agree, and you're the nightcap, so you're kind of waiting around in the wings, and we saw the big long line to get in. They cleared the stadium after the D2 game. All the fans had to leave, and then the stadium has filled to capacity here for the Division I game.
Well, let's take a look at the defense for Mililani. They are the home team, so the outfield left to right, Kihara, Watkins, Villegas, and Nakayama. Over at third, Mailo, Aina the shortstop, Aoki the second baseman, Parker's at first, and Anchetta behind the plate catching. And in the circle for the championship game for Maryknoll, Hinano Bautista, we saw her last night, 8-0 mark, 3.74 ERA, 50 2/3 innings, 26 strikeouts, and 38 walks. What's the key for her here in the early going to set the tone?
Yesterday, she did not have a very good start to the semifinal game against Punahou. She got roughed up a little bit, but she's no stranger to the state championship game. She pitched this game last year as a freshman, and so she's been in the circle in this high-pressure situation. We'll see if she's able to bounce back, though, from a rough outing yesterday.
Yeah, Bautista, of course, the pitcher for Mililani. Not Maryknoll, I believe I said that, as we're about ready to begin things here. Kapaa won the D2 championship earlier over Pro City. Who'll bring home the crown at the Division I level? Rennie Hiraoka, the second baseman, to lead things off. Followed by Kyla Abad, the shortstop, and Shazel Iokia, the third baseman. Bautista brings down the first pitch of the ball game and fires the fastball down for a strike.
Hiraoka is having a great tournament. She's 1 for 4, a really good leadoff batter for Maryknoll. I like the way that she hits to contact. She makes a lot of good swings.
That pitch misses away.
For Hinano Bautista, she has a really good screwball fastball that hits that outside corner, also a backdoor curve. She stays away mostly to right-handed batters. The key will be, can she be in control in the zone?
And that pitch hit in the air, dropped in front of the center fielder, Watkins Villegas, for a leadoff single to start the ball game.
There she is. Rainey doing rainy things. Singles, hard hit balls. Stays on it, keeps her head down, swings through it. Just a sophomore, but I love the way that she plays. Now you got a freshman, Kyla Abad, who's having a stellar first state tournament in her career.
Abad takes that pitch inside, the shortstop, as you mentioned, with the runner over at first, just underway. People still making their way into the stadium. I mean, that line was unbelievable. Of course, what they do is they close the stadium after the D2 championship, clear it out. Then everybody's able to come in for the D1, and that line was all the way over to the parking structures. That pitch is on the inside corner.
Yeah, I'm sure we couldn't see how far, where the end of the line was. I'm sure it kept wrapping around the building there. Pretty incredible, and now it is full. All the fans are here. The energy is good right now in the stadium.
1-1. Trying the fastball for a strike again is Bautista. Ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Kyla Abad, the shortstop.
Working quick here is Bautista. 1-2 count to the lefty.
Fouled up and out of play. You think it's important early for either one of these teams to score, to kind of start putting that pressure on? Because it didn't seem to affect Mililani last night.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful for Mililani to come out hotter than they did yesterday, right? I think they scared themselves a little bit. It took them 3 or 4 innings to get hot, but for Maryknoll, they're just going to want to keep on pushing. They know the type of offense that they're facing. This Mililani team has the best offense in the state, and so you want to score as many as possible. Pull ahead to help out your senior pitcher, Cassie Cruz.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. The count to Abad, and Bautista's next pitch high inside. Good job by Abad, working the count full. Bautista's been the main person in the circle all season for the Spartans. She's pitched them to this championship game. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the payoff. And that one is high and inside, ball 4, and the first 2 for the Trojans reach to start the game. Going down to second is Hiraoka.
Veteran at bat from the freshman Kyla Abad. She worked the count. She was at a 1-2 and then worked her way to a walk.
And now you have the very dangerous Shazel Iokia, the third baseman.
Shea had a great night last night. 2 home runs against Campbell. Was swinging the hot bat. has the opportunity to do some damage here with no outs in the top of the first.
Bautista, her first pitch is low.
This has kind of been Hinano's issue, is just consistency in the zone. Saw that walk already. There have been times where she's able to find the zone and she is humming, and then other times where it's been slow going, and then when she is in the zone, it's a little too straight and the heavy hitters are able to get to her, like the Punahou lineup last night.
Yeah, I was going to mention, you remember last night, she actually was replaced
Yes.
in that game.
Yeah, she came out pretty quickly.
Yeah, like in the third inning,
Yeah,
I think
it was early in the game because Punahou was roughing her up a little bit. She also was a little wild. We're already seeing a little bit of that here in the first.
A 2-0. Misses again. It goes to 3-0 to Iokia. On deck, the cleanup hitter and catcher Palehua Silva. And now the infield's going to try to regroup and reset Hinano Bautista, who is struggling to find the strike zone right now. A single to lead off things for Hiraoka. Abad walks, and now a 3-ball no-strike count to Shea Iokia.
She just needs to find her way. There's her mom, Jamie, Hinano Bautista's mom. And it'll be tough going here when she's feels like she's right around the zone, but just not able to get the call. Don't want to panic. Don't push the panic button just yet if you are Mililani.
I want to give props to whoever did her hair.
I know.
You see those braids?
She's got like
impressive.
2 types of braids too. So cool.
Being somebody that doesn't have any hair, I'm very jealous. And the 3-0 pitch is down for a strike.
I think it's a thing over there in Mililani to have really long, pretty hair, because I think everybody in the infield has super long braids. Look at that, bubble braids plus a regular braid, a little bit of cornrows.
Maybe we should start locks for Scott instead of locks
Locks
for Love. Yeah. Maybe we'll ask her after the game. To cut a couple inches off, help me out.
There you go, Scott.
The 3-1, and that one is hit slowly to second. They go to second for one. That's the only place. Smart job by Aoki getting it over to Aina for the force of Abad, so 4-6. Moving over to third base will be Hiraoka. Iokia will be safe at first on a fielder's choice. And here's Palehua Silva, the catcher.
And that's what Bautista needed, was an easy out. She has one of, if not the best infield in the state as well. The infielders have great hands, really good fielders. It's pretty simple if you're Bautista. Throw strikes, let your defense help you. Easier said than done though, especially when you are facing a hitter like Silva.
And Silva will step in with runners on the corners and only one out. You're the Spartans. You don't want to come away without a run here to start the game in the first. And that one is low. Nice job by Encheta, keeping it from going to the backstop.
Great stop from Encheta. It's a screwball that stays a little bit too low. You see her knees replace her feet right there. That's a perfect block.
And hit hard on the ground. That's past Mailo over at third. That will score the run from third as Hiraoka comes in. And it's the Spartans leading 1-0 here in the first. Going to second, Iokia. So give an RBI base hit, I assume. Yes, it will be to Silva.
Jammed her a little bit on the handle, but Maila was playing way off the line there. That tells me they were trying to throw her outside and Silva pulled it. Now we got courtesy runner down there at first base.
And that is going to be Caitlin Napoleon. We saw her last night as a runner a couple of times. So Napoleon over at first. And the pitch. Getting the call is Bautista. Cassie Cruz, the pitcher. She can help her own cause. We've seen pitchers do that here in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Those that have been able to do both ways are really helping themselves.
Off speed.
Good change up there from Hinano. Not able to get her to bite. AC Taylor Adriana, we saw her pitch majority of the game last night against Punahou.
She was good.
She was great.
Yep.
She didn't give up any runs when she came in. Her team backed her up, put up 19.
That one bounced over towards third. They go to second for one. Back to first in time. Yes, double play. Mailo Aoki back over to Parker. 5-4-3 around the horn. And the Spartans are retired here in the top of the first inning. However, they push across a run. 1-0 Spartans.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Kai was born to surf. Lonnie loves to dance. Jessica is her dog's best friend. What if they were your family and they got killed crossing the street? Each year in Hawaii, about 100 people die on our roads. We have a plan to get that down together. Not to 50 or 25, but to 0. Visit visionzero.hawaii.gov to support safer roads and save lives.
From picturesque landscapes to adrenaline-pumping water sports, our islands provide a breathtaking backdrop that's truly unique. Come along for the ride and witness the wonders of Hawaii on Spectrum OC16.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Waleonamene Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Let's hit the defense for the Spartans for you in the outfield, left to right, Kato, Kamisato, and Sapolu. Iokia, the third baseman, Abad at short. At second, Hiraoka Miller is the first baseman, and the catcher is Silva. And in the circle, we saw her just last night for the Spartans. Cassie Cruz, 14-4, 3.62 ERA. She's thrown a lot, 118 innings, 101 Ks, and 76 walks. And for her to be successful tonight, what does she have to do?
She's going to need to really hit her spots. This team can hit that she is facing this offense, but Cassie Cruz, she has been it in the circle. She is their ace, the only one they've been throwing out there.
And we saw her get a little tired towards the end of yesterday's game, so it'll be interesting to see, you know, how deep she can go into this one and be effective. So Kahiao Silva, the shortstop, to lead things off for the Trojans, trailing 1-0. Cruz, a very deliberate pitcher in the circle, and the first pitch is high and outside. Cruz, she'll be followed by Aoki and then Mailo. And you see what she did last night against Punahou, one of 5 players to hit a home run. 5 different Trojans homered in that 19-5 victory over Punahou last night.
Aki Aina is really fun to watch. She's super fast, very athletic. I think that's what stands out the most, is just her athleticism. Got great hands at shortstop and super speedy bat when she's hitting as well.
So Aina the batter. Hits that one over second. That'll fall in. They'll go all the way towards the wall, and quickly retrieving it as Kami Sato brings it back in. Aina held to a long single, but the leadoff hitter aboard in the first for the Trojans.
She hit that really hard in the alley. Zips off her bat. One hops the padded wall, but a great job by Kamisato to hold the speedy Aina to just a long single.
So let's see what Cameron Aoki can do, the second baseman. Spartans were able to push across the run in the top of this inning. We'll see what the Trojans will do. They show bunt pulled back. And a ball to Aoki.
Aoki was our impact player last night because she went 5 for 5 in that game, hitting the ball everywhere. Saw her running the bases hard.
5 for 5 is hard to do. I don't care what level or what sport. You can go 5 for 5. You should be the impact player. No one else. He shows bunt again. It's a, well, that time it's a strike called.
See if Aoki is going to sacrifice. Yes, she had 3 doubles, 2 singles. She was running the bases hard. A couple of times she kind of overran somebody. I think she got Aina thrown out at home because she overran her a little bit, but still being aggressive on the base paths.
This is the bunt on the third base side. Iokia brings it over to first where Hiraoka is covering. The sack goes 5-4, moving Aina over to second. Very good job there by Aoki.
Good sacrifice bunt, doing your job. That's what this team is about. Getting the job done, passing the bat, and now you've got Ori Mailo up. She's a junior listed, but this is considered her last high school season. She'll be graduating high school early in December and heading over to Oklahoma in the spring of next year. Scary, scary hitter.
And she takes it high and inside. Yeah, there's like been a pipeline developed between Hawaii and Norman, Oklahoma. 2 places that couldn't be more polar opposite.
That's a great point. Right now there's 2 local girls over there, Nellie McEnroe Marinas and Agbayani as well, both starting, which is so cool.
1-0, foul straight back. Well, you almost became an Oklahoma Sooner. Thank goodness it didn't work out and you came to Manoa and you were going to leave right after you graduated. 20 years later, you're still here.
It's just how it worked out. We're still here, my family. Yes, I took a recruiting visit there and thought I was going to commit. Ended up waiting a little longer and ended up coming to Hawaii. Worked out for the best.
Perfectly. Runner out at second. 1-1 fastball inside again to Mailo. And it's obvious Cruz does not want Ori to extend her arms.
They're pitching her high and tight. It's a great strategy. If she is able to get extended on something high and in, you're hoping for just a really far foul ball. See Mailo kind of scooting off just a hair off the plate.
Aina out at second. 2 balls and a strike to Mailo, and she turns on that one. Didn't get all of it out towards left. The grab out there by Bati, and then the runner has to stay at second base.
Good pitching strategy to one of the best hitters in the state. Hard and in on her hands. Mailo is trying to get extended, isn't able to get all of it. Pops it up. But still, you've got Watkins Villegas behind you, 2 for 4. She hit a home run last night as well. She has been the cover, the insurance for Mailo all season long. Mailo been walking a ton, pitched around a lot, and Watkins Villegas has backed her up.
A pitch outside. Let's go back to last night. Watkins Vegas at the plate. And she got all of that one over the wall, the home run.
One of 5 different players. It wasn't just one girl for Mililani. 5 different hitters hit one out.
That was pretty impressive. A real power performance. That one lined right back off the netting.
So far, I like this pitch calling for Maryknoll. Really challenging these power hitters in. Now, Aina, the lefty, was able to extend on one. But these screwballs to the last two hitters, or to Mailo and Watkins Villegas, have worked so far. We'll see if she's still able to hit her spots.
There's a big swing and a miss by Watkins Villegas. And Cruz ahead 1-2 with 2 away and a runner out at second.
That's a rise ball. Up and in on her eyes. Sometimes those are the hardest to let go. Now you're ahead. Senior Cassie Cruz trying to get out of this.
No pitch, inside and low. And that's an easy one to take. If you're Watkins Villegas, should she get aboard, Inano Bautista, the pitcher, on deck. And able to push across a run here in the top of this frame.
Good at that so far. Who's going to win it here? Base hit scores Aina easily.
2-2, hopped up, third base side, foul territory, and making the catch is Iokia, and Cruz able to stymie the Trojan offense after 1-0 Spartans.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Hawaii's Longshoremen.
You served your country. Now find a new mission with the Hawaii Longshore Division. Here you have a home, a place where your skills, discipline, and dedication are valued. Longshore men and women who have served bring an unmatched resolve to our docks. Just as you protected our nation, today you can serve Hawaii, the safety of your team, and our island's well-being. The Hawaii Longshore Division, connecting daily life, our communities, and honoring those who serve.
It was important that 15 Craigside allow pets because Viva, our Havanese, is part of our family.
We looked at all the other alternatives for senior living, and 15 Craigside presented the most comprehensive senior living services, including guaranteed lifetime care.
From our personal experience, what I would say to anyone considering moving into 15 Craigside is don't wait, because the window of opportunity might not be there when you're ready.
Well, don't miss a second of the action. Watch OC16 on the go. The Spectrum News app has all the local sports and news and weather that matters most to you. You can download it today on your favorite devices. Look at that packed house here in Manoa at the Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium, taking in #1 seed Mililani, #2 seed Maryknoll for the D1 state crown. Maryknoll able to get on the board with a base hit from Silva. And so now it's the second inning. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. First baseman Kaya Miller will step in to lead things off. He'll be followed by Sapolu and then Gatu. Bautista struggled a bit though in that first inning. So what do you want to see from her here against this first hitter?
Attack the zone. She throws quite a few balls, especially it looks like it might be her screwball that gets dumped down low. She needs to be able to hit that spot on the outside corner a little bit more consistently. I think it'll help her. She saw there a changeup, trying to float that one in. If she's able to have a changeup in the strike zone, that would really help as well.
Bautista's 1-1. Is upstairs.
I think it's Hinano, who's only a sophomore. It feels like she's such a veteran, but she's still very young. I think as she gets better and progresses as a pitcher, she's able to find something. She's able to throw hard in.
That's a tough play. The only play by Cruz, and the throw doesn't get, or excuse me, Bautista, and the throw doesn't get there in time. Kind of a bunt, swinging bunt base hit from Miller to lead off the second.
Almost thought that fouled off of her leg there. And you're right, it looks like a swinging bunt, works just like it. Let's see here. Oh no, it bounces straight off the dirt. She runs it out. Hinano, a lefty, has to flip her feet all the way around to try and field that and throw it to first. Lucky for Mililani that there's no extra bases given on that errant throw.
So for the second straight inning to start the game, you have the leadoff hitter aboard, and here's Carly Sapolu, the right fielder. Maryknoll already with 3 hits in this one. Off Bautista.
Corners for Mililani, pinching really close, thinking there was going to be a sacrifice. But Elo and Emma Parker, first baseman, playing in. See Ina pinching towards second as well. Already saw this infield turn a double play in the first.
Yeah, inning-ending double play. Good eye right there by Sapoli. Got 2 on deck. Of course, you have the D2 State Baseball Tournament going on next door as well. You understand one team has punched their ticket, right? Kapa'a, and we're waiting on the second. The 0-2. That's a tough one to take, but Sapolu did, and she did make the right call.
That's a screwball on the outside corner. Looks like a great pitch. Good frame for Manchetta. Holds it a tick longer, trying to get the call. And that's the pitch Hinano needs. She needs to hit that spot on the outside corner.
Here comes the 1-2. That one spoiled away by Sapolu, staying alive.
What I was saying earlier, I think as Hinano gets older and more mature and keeps continuing to pitch, she'll be able to develop a pitch that she could throw in on the righties. I think that's something that would really help her arsenal. Maybe a hard curve, a lefty curve into a right-handed batter is really difficult to hit and get extended on, and so maybe that's something she can work on throughout the summer.
That one kind of slipped out of the fingertips of Bautista way high, and Chad has to go up and pull it down. Still at first is Miller after that infield single. The 2 pitch reached out and hit just foul down the right field line.
Protecting the plate right there. Got her barrel on it and just tailed away from the line. That would have been buried deep in the right field corner.
So Sapolu making Bautista work. A 2-2 pitch and hit down the right field line. Foul again, almost exact same spot.
Yeah, almost. That one just a little slower.
A little slower, yeah.
A little higher and a little slower, but lands like nearly in the exact same spot down the line. This is a fun atmosphere right now. I can feel the fans on both sides yelling. Right now, Maryknoll a little louder down the first base line. Tension building already here in this D1 game.
This has been a long at-bat. You got to credit Sapolu with spoiling pitches, but you notice the last 2 were fouled off to the right, which means she's been a little late on her swing.
Yeah.
What do you think Bautista comes with here?
We'll see. Hinano likes to pick at that outside corner, or we might see a changeup.
2. She got her. The throw down the first, but back to the bag is Miller, but Bautista gets Sapolu striking out swinging for out number 1.
And they do go back to that outside pitch. Hits her spot really well there. Swings through it. Sapolu able to foul off a few of them. That one tipped into the catcher's mitt for out number 1.
Now the left fielder, Kylie May, got to hitting in the 8th spot in the order for Maryknoll. Shows bun pulls back. And you saw the corners, particularly Mailo at third, get down that line quickly.
Yes, she was going to catch that in the air.
I think she might have. Is she going to be a third baseman at the next level, you think?
I think she's athletic enough to be able to do it. I mean, Oklahoma is top tier, so we'll see.
Again, she shows fun. Again, they snap the throw down to first. And Miller back with no problem.
And Chetta likes to throw behind runners. We got Aoki covering first right there.
Bautista able to get at least one strikeout so far, and she wanted that one, and she got it.
Now
so back-to-back strikeouts.
Pitch right there. That is a backdoor curve, and that's the pitch she needs. If she can get that moving and grooving, she'll be on a roll. There's a call. Look at that. Backdoor curve means a lefty thrown to a righty. It looks like it's going to stay off the plate and curves right back in for the strike three looking.
Ciara Kamisato, center fielder, her first plate appearance. And Bautista settling down now after a bit of a rocky first inning, and she gave up a run, but after the leadoff infield single, back-to-back strikeouts of Sapolo and Gatu.
In the bottom half of this Maryknoll order has got to be productive for them to have a good chance tonight. The top of their order is super strong, super scary.
That one kicks away from the catcher Anchetta, and going down to second base will be Miller.
Kamisato, though, really good number 9 batter. I've liked watching her hit all year long. Does her job, works the count, and flips the lineup over all the time. Now she's got an opportunity to get an RBI here with 2 outs. Runner on second, hitters count 2-0. Thinking like hitting it over the second baseman's head right here.
That swing, she did not go around and chase.
They're gonna check it down the first baseline and signal no swing.
There's ball 4.
That's what Kamisato does all the time. Works the count, very selective, and is the quintessential number 9 batter. That is what you want. Flips the lineup over for Hiraoka.
And Reni Hiraoka will come to the plate for the second time in this game. Second time in 2 innings. She signaled to start the game and eventually came around and scored on Silva's RBI base hit. And that's been the only run to this point with 2 outs in the second. So Hiraoka steps in with 2 aboard. Bautista needs to buckle down like she did earlier in this frame, and she fires the fastball. And that misses the strike zone.
Some people coming into the game, we'd like to ask everyone to please move in and create some space for some
people are still coming in to the stadium. They're making a public address announcement asking people to get a little closer. They need to see how you and I sit next to each other.
I know. Squeeze in a little bit, will you guys?
The 1-0. Ball 2.
Not getting that call. That's a screwball on the outside corner. She is getting the backdoor curve called a strike, but not the screwball. Those are moving in 2 different directions, even though they're trying to hit the same spot on the plate. I'd go back to that outside curve. Hiraoka is a really good hitter. We'll see 2-0. There's that curve.
And Bautista gets the call for the strike. She's given up the run on 3 hits. She's walked 2, and she's also struck out 2. So she's put in a lot of work here early in this one.
This inning, because there's been a lot of balls, it's kind of slowed down the pace of the game. Still only in the 2nd inning here.
2-1, bounce towards third, bobbled, and then finally, with the right foot on the bag, picking it up with the glove is Mailo to retire the Spartans. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd, 1-0 Maryknoll.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealers.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the 2nd year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Hardware Hawaii, your Kapolei hardware store. Here at Hardware Hawaii Kapolei, we got you covered for all your project and essential household needs. Got a building project? With our main lumber yard, we got all the materials you need for your job. And like Brother Lloyd says,
whether it be for home or work, we got it. We're in the heart of Kapolei, ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kapolei.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies is the official trophy provider of Spectrum OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, it's Mike's Engraving and Trophies. You can find them in Aiea, located behind Cutter Ford. Bottom of the 2nd inning, number 1 seed Mililani, the home team. Number 2 seed Maryknoll. The Spartans leading a 1-0. The Trojans will send a 5, 6, and 7 in their order. Bautista, Parker, and Nakayama will face Cassie Cruz, who gave up a leadoff single in the 1st and then retired the next 3 hitters. So Cruz will face her counterpart, Hinano Bautista. And the first pitch is a strike to Bautista.
That was a pop with the glove, throwing good velocity there. Hinano and Cassie Cruz throwing about the same speed in the low 60s.
Well, Bautista, we know, has some pop. Hit one out last night. Not just good in the circle, and she turns on that one, the right field, and forget about it.
And that's how you hit it to right field. That was a bomb into the darkness of the night to the batting cage.
That was Major Mask.
That was a moonshot.
Holy mackerel, that one was crushed by Bautista. The pitcher helping herself out, and we're tied at 1.
Inside pitch, that's how you get your hands out. Clean and outside pitch. Let's go, Hinano says. A no-doubter.
Next up, the first baseman, number 7. Emma.
There's Mom. She's loving it.
Emma Parker now step in, the first baseman. So tied at 1 now after that leadoff home run. We'll see how, if it does, affect Cassie Cruz. Parker looks at a pitch that is high for a ball. Parker and then Nakayama on deck.
What's hard as a pitcher for Cassie Cruz is that was a good pitch. It wasn't right down the middle. It wasn't even over the heart of the plate. It was tight in on Hinano's hand. She just put a really good swing on it.
She sure did. And 1-0 pitch misses inside. 2-0 now to Parker.
We had had been talking in the D2 game how it's hard to hit it out to right field. You got to really square it up, and there she is.
That too will foul down the line. Let's take a look at this home run once again.
Deep into right field. Where does it even land?
Did it land?
There it is, out there on the street.
I'm glad you can't park up there anymore. That was around the near where I used to park my car, but that area by the pond is closed.
There's a little driveway over there. That's why it bounced so high. It's a little bit of cement.
2-1. Swung through by Parker.
There's a rise ball. We don't have very many rise ball pitchers in Hawaii, so that's fun to see.
You know what's interesting, down that right field line, we found out the foul pole is actually about 5 feet behind the wall.
That's right.
And last night there was a ball hit right down that line. It did go fair, but we couldn't tell initially, and I didn't realize until it was pointed out that, you know, that's one of the problems at this stadium. No, I don't know if it's a problem, but the foul pole, there you go, went down the right field. It's quite a ways behind that line, behind the wall.
Exactly connected, the wall and the foul pole, so there is the opportunity for something to get out of the field, but also the foul pole trick us.
Well, that pole didn't matter with that hit.
No, it did not.
Nope, didn't have to worry about that one being inside the foul pole. Here's the payoff, and ball 4. So Parker gets the walk. Cruz loses her first base on balls of the night.
On the plate, the right fielder, number 5.
And one thing about this Mililani team, they just kind of wear you down. They kind of ground and pound you.
Yes. There's no let up. Really, the power is all there. And I think it's important to be on your game every single at bat. When you're facing a lineup like this, you see Lana Nakayama, what she did last night.
Nakayama will step in, the right fielder. She shows bunt, pulls it back, it's high. Well, the first game was a good one. Kapa'a rallying and winning their second straight Division II championship over Pearl City this evening. And Mililani looking to repeat at the Division I level. Maryknoll trying to get their state championship back after winning one back in 2022. So it's been a few years. She does, bunts it, and it rolls foul.
I think it hit her in the box as well. That was more of a sneaky bunt, not necessarily just a sacrifice. She was showing the bunt a little late. I think it clipped her while she was still in the box, so it's just a foul ball.
So Cruz readies herself in the circle. Takes a deep breath, lets it out. And bumped it right back to her. She goes to second for one. No relay throw, but what a smart play by Cassie Cruz, firing it over to Abad, covering it second to get the force of Parker.
And that's a heads-up, defensive-minded pitcher. Look at this. Sets up her feet, already knows where she's going to throw it as soon as the ball's in the dirt. That is a good play from Cassie Cruz.
And you know what impressed me was that throw, because you do see, even at the Division I college level, sometimes pitchers can't throw overhand. Cruz definitely can.
Yes, you're right. That is always a little bit scary sometimes when you see the pitcher have to go underhand, and then have to make a throw overhand.
So Nakashima, Nakashima, the hitter, swings and misses one away now. Well, we saw Cruz in the first inning pitch herself out of a leadoff base hit. Bautista with the home run to start the second inning has tied this one up. Nakashima hitting in the 8th spot, has a 0-1 count. Cruz looking down to Silva. Silva sets up on the outside. That's where it's at, and it misses.
Cruz is using all quadrants of the zone today. That one a screwball off the outside corner though. Able to mix up her speeds as well. She needs to attack these lower hitters in the Mililani order though.
There's a swing and a miss.
Good screwball again that Nakashima swings through. Ahead of the count here.
Cruz is yet to register a strikeout. Again, Silva on the outside half. And not biting is Nakashima. Good discipline by the designated player.
Cruz does have 101 strikeouts on the year, second in the state. One of only a few strikeout, quote-unquote strikeout pitchers in Hawaii.
2-2, reaching out and spoiling that is Nakashima to stay alive.
Great at bat here from the DP Nakashima. Staying alive, seeing a lot of pitches.
You know, this place is so packed for the state championship. I can't see from my vantage point, but I wonder if there's a bunch of people I've seen in the past on the parking lot structure on the top level that couldn't get in because there's so many people.
I can see some shadows
Can you?
out there
Okay.
on the parking structure. Got to park on the 3rd or 4th floor, though.
Try again. That one popped up into left field under it, and making the catch is got to for the second out.
Good battle there from Nakashima, but Cruz ends up winning it. Trying to work herself out of it here. This is a big out. You want to be able to get the number 9 batter out so you don't flip the lineup over for Mililani. Here's Gatu again, one-handed, able to squeeze it.
Does anybody use 2 hands anymore to catch fly balls? Did you?
As a 10 and under coach, I hope all of my girls do.
Good answer. Here's a number 9
at least
hitter.
At that age, yes,
right?
please.
Yes. The catcher, Cody Anchetta. Runner still over at first base, but 2 down. There's a nice one from Cruz.
Cruz will be attending a JUCO in Texas next year as a freshman, choosing to go the junior college route and then hoping to move on after that.
You're seeing a lot more athletes do that in college, in softball and baseball, and just in general, because now the NCAA came down with that rule that the time you spend at JC, at least for right now until it goes back to court, but if you played JC sports, it doesn't count against your clock if you played the NCAA Division I or
Which
II
is
or
crazy.
any of them. Yeah, so
they
the
can
NCAA.
make you an old lady once you're done with college sports.
There's already players that have been out there for 7-8 years because of COVID.
Finishing at 25 or 26.
Or older, yeah. Here's the 1-0. That one missed low, but looked good initially out of the hands of Cruz.
That's great too, because there aren't very many pitchers from Hawaii that are pitching at the next level, no matter what the level is. And so for Cassie to get to have the opportunity to pitch and hit in college is really exciting. You can tell here in general, Hawaii's hitters are top tier with all the other states. But it's the pitching, I think.
That's the difference, right?
Yes.
So if you're the softball coach at the University of Hawaii, you try to get all your hitters locally, or at least most of them, then go somewhere else and get your pitching, right?
Yep.
Seems to be the formula. You see Rose Antonio. She's a former Rainbow Wahine.
She's got a beautiful lay-on today as well. Look at that.
Long time, 20th year, coaching Mililani. Coaching and teaching at the same time. There's Antonio to Anchetta. Cruz fires. And there's ball 3. Kind of have to hesitate. Got to wait a moment because not quite sure. There's a bit of a delay between the call at home.
See, screwball. Look at that spin. Ooh, that's so fun to watch. Trying to get the call is Paulo Silva. You can tell it's a screwball because it looks like it's spinning and there's a dot in the very middle. It's coming off of Cassie Cruz's pointer finger last. So she's spinning it from her pinky all the way down her fingers to her pointer finger, causing it to have
and the payoff pitch.
That one misses.
Yep, misses. That's the second walk in this inning. And now 2 aboard with 2 away, as Nakayama will go to second base and we'll head back to the top of the order. And Kahiao Aina, the shortstop, she singled last inning.
That's a dangerous walk. Walking the number 9 batter, especially when the leadoff batter is Kahi Aina. You see Phoenix Nakagawa, courtesy runner for the catcher Anchetta.
And we'll have a meeting in the circle.
There's Coach Jarvis Cruz, dad to Cassie. Also, you see Paulo Silva, the catcher for Maryknoll. She's got AirPods in right now, not because she's listening to music. I believe it's so that she can get the pitch calls from the dugout. There she is. Oh, look at, can she hear us? Maybe she's listening to us. She was pointing at them for us. Thank you.
I think she's listening to a little Steel Pulse right now, or maybe. I don't think she'd be listening to any AC/DC. That's a little bit before her time.
Yeah. But she's getting the calls from the dugout. You're seeing a lot more of that in the high school ranks. Doing that at the collegiate level, and of course, major leagues, they've got that as well.
Except at the University of Hawaii, Bob Coolin let his catchers for 34 years call the games.
34 years.
Unbelievable. You'll never see that again. All right, here we go. Aina will step in. Nakayama over at second, the pinch runner at first. And the strike down from Cassie Cruz. The pace is very deliberate, and I think a lot of that has to do with Cassie Cruz because she takes her time between each pitch.
Yes, she does. She touches the rosin almost every pitch. Takes her time.
Way outside. Well, let's take a look at the home run earlier in this inning. Oh, I'm sorry, that's from last night. Aina with the home run. 1-5 hit by Mililani.
And that was the one down the line that we weren't sure.
talking about, yeah.
Line drive shot from Aina.
And it did just get inside that foul pole down the right field line. She hit that one well out to left. That one is gone. She does it again.
That one opposite field, no doubter. Kahi Aina absolutely mashes one.
3-run home run for Aina. And the Trojans take a 4-1 lead here in the second.
Woo, that was crushed.
Yeah, it was.
That was way up on the netting. We'll see here on the replay. Up and out, and she just goes and attacks it. Hands
there you go.
out. A little bit of a bat flip there from Kahi Aina.
Didn't she do that last night as well after she hit her home run? No?
I feel like Aina can hit the ball a mile, and it doesn't matter which direction she goes. That was a shot.
So Cameron Aoki steps in, the second baseman. And for Cassie Cruz now, she needs to buckle down because we have seen already in this tournament how quickly this Trojan team can score.
Great point. I think they can score in bunches because of the home runs.
Off-speed for a strike.
And back when I played, I'm trying to remember when they extended the netting to cover the tennis courts a little bit more, because I have a feeling that one would have gone to the tennis courts.
Well, they did that because you were hitting balls into the tennis court and you were hurting people. There's a ball to short, quickly up with it. Abad over the first in time. But how about the 3-run home run off the bat of Kahiao Aina, and after 2, the Trojans lead 4-1.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
The Kokua Pack is back at Zippy's. A portion of the proceeds from each one sold will be donated to different local charities every week. Give back to the community and get your Kokua Pack today.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love.
Spectrum XCast. All high school sports, all the time.
Well, tomorrow we turn our attention to high school baseball, the D1, D2 state championship games. Kelly and I will be next door for the D2 baseball championship game beginning at 4. And then after, we'll head over to the island of Maui, and Felipe and Marcus will have the D1 championship game. Should be a fun Saturday. You can stay home and just keep it on Spectrum OC16. 4-1 Mililani as we enter to the 3rd inning. Isla Abad, the shortstop, hitting in the 2 spot, will lead it off, followed by Jay Iokia and Paulie Silva, the catcher. So we'll see how the Spartans answer back. And we'll also see how Bautista responds after her team gave her a 4 spot. Abad from the left side steps in, and the fastball fired inside. I would imagine if you're a left-handed hitter, you don't see a lot of left-handed pitchers, do you?
Right, and there's only a couple in the entire state, Hinano being one of the best.
Outfield shaded on the left side. They're expecting Abad to maybe get hit by the pitch, I guess. So she'll go down to first base. And that's a good start for Maryknoll. You'll take it however you can. You just want to get base runners on here in the 3rd. And Abad takes that one.
See good sportsmanship from Bautista going over to check on her. And this is how you get hit by a pitch, folks. You wear it and then you run to first like it's nothing. I like it.
You know, you always hear if you get hit by a pitch not to rub it.
Right.
If I got hit by a pitch, I'm rubbing it.
Scott's rolling on the ground. That's what he's going to do.
I'm in pain.
I like the swagger of just taking a pitch and then jogging
You're
it
much
off.
tougher than I am, Kelly. The pitch down to Iokia is a strike. So Iokia reaches on the fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Mililani. Maryknoll a run on 3 hits. They have yet to commit an error. Abad over at first. Pitch. On for a strike. And Bautista now in front, 0-2 to Iokia. Outfield playing deep, as you would suspect with somebody with the pop Iokia has.
Outfielders also shading to opposite field.
They're shaded around. That one fouled off at the plate.
A lot of that being because Hinano pitches really only to one side of the plate, and so they're expecting Iokia to have to go with the pitch.
Is that a comfort thing more than anything? She's not comfortable coming inside, or is that a game plan?
No, I think she's in need of developing a pitch that she can throw inside. I think she's got the tools, just has to be able to confidently throw a curve in. Because we've seen her throw curveballs on the outside half. She needs to be able to, I think, if I was her pitching coach. I'm not Coach Walter, but I would think it'd be helpful to be able to throw a hard curve in on the righty's hands. And like I said, she's only in 10th grade, so she's got a lot of room.
Unbelievable.
She's got a lot of time.
You're right. So young. There's a ball hit on the right side, and it's going to be bobbled, and everybody will be safe as Aoki couldn't handle the routine grounder. So it'll be an E4 on the second baseman, safe at second, Abad, and over at first, it is Iokia.
Aoki smothers this one, but just isn't able to get it out of her glove. It bobbles, and she tries to like flip it with her glove. Abad slides in hard, as she should. Kind of cleats Aina a bit. That's just part of the game.
Well, you look at this third inning for the Spartans trying to get back in it, down by 3. They get the first run around by hit by pitch, the second by an error. So now if you're the Spartans, you got to make Mililani pay for it. And here's the cleanup hitter, catcher, Polly Silva.
And here's someone who definitely can. Silva can mash. Good take from Silva.
If you're Silva in this situation, what kind of pitch are you looking for?
You're looking to hit it to right center.
But what about the pitch? Does it matter?
I'm looking hard and out. That's what I would be thinking. Everything's been hard and away. If she's able to sneak in a changeup, that's okay.
Comes with the hard one again, and that misses.
She's got to be able to throw that first strike over the plate. That's a screwball. It's been missing off. So now it's a hitter's count. Silva, she's been very patient all year long. Hasn't been getting pitched to. She gets pitched around a lot.
There's ball 3. Yeah, we talked about it last night. The kind of intentional, unintentional walks. But the problem is, if you walk her, the bases are loaded and nobody's out.
Exactly. It's a tough spot to be in for Bautista. I don't know if she's going to have the green light. We'll see.
Rio, ball 4. And the bags are full of Spartans with nobody out here in the third. As Abad goes to third, to second, it is Iokia. And all this done without the benefit of a hit, Kelly. 2 walks and an error. And so
exactly right.
So now it's it's self-imposed. They're hurting themselves.
You just got back on the board with your bats, and now you're allowing Maryknoll to gain some momentum back.
Activity in the bullpen for Mililani.
I think we also got a courtesy runner for Silva over at first base. Bases loaded, no outs. Maryknoll needs to capitalize to stay in this game.
By the way, there's Maya Jelf warming up in the bullpen. And the pitch is a called strike to Cassie Cruz, the pitcher, leading to a double play to end the first inning, 0 for 1. Ball hit on the left side. They'll come home for the fourth. The relay to first will be late, but a smart play by Mailo coming home to Ancheta. 5-2 to force out the runner there, Abad. And then late back to first, so Cruz will reach on the fielder's choice. The other 2 runners will move up the base, and the bags are still full, but with 1 out.
Next up, the first baseman, number 10.
Cassie Cruz trying to pull an outside pitch. Hits it into the ground, rolls it over. Great job by Mailo. Makes a smart play, and this defense is really good for Mililani. Makes that look easy.
Courtesy pitcher number 5. Courtesy.
So we're going to get a courtesy runner over at first base, and it's Kamel Labrador. We saw her last night a couple of times as a runner as well. So Labrador will pinch run at first base. Kyle Miller, the hitter, the first baseman. Reaches out, slaps that one foul. So far, Maryknoll has not made Mililani pay for the 2 walks and the error in this inning. Miller would like to change that. She had an infield single last inning, 1 for 1. Ducks on the pond for the Spartans. Outfield playing her to go opposite. She hits it on the ground to first. That one's off the first baseman, Parker, and that will score a run, and everybody will be safe.
This infield that's usually pretty sure-handed has made 2 errors on the inning.
So it'll be an E3, but it will still be an RBI.
A 2-hopper down the line, right at the base. Emma Parker, usually very sure-handed there. Bounces in and out of her first baseman's glove, and 1 run scores. Still only 1 out with the bases loaded here for Maryknoll.
So Spartans cut the deficit in half with that run on the second error of the inning. Bags are still packed. And Carly Sapolu, the hitter who struck out swinging last inning. As you mentioned, Kelly, only 1 away.
The ball hasn't left the infield. Bases loaded and a run scored for Maryknoll. Lots of this is self-induced for Mililani.
Sapolu waits with an 0-1 count. Bautista gets that one to be fouled off at the plate.
In order to hit an outside pitch, you gotta be thinking that your hands are moving through it. You're putting your bat over the second baseman's head. You don't want to be casting out towards the ball and then towards the pitcher. You gotta be going through it, moving your hands towards second base if you're a right-handed batter.
I remember last time when Sapolu came to the plate, she fouled off a number of pitches and really made Bautista work before she was able to strike her out.
See if she's able to have another good at-bat right here. Already 1-2 though. Gotta stay on it with your front shoulder and try and hit it right back up the middle.
And there's a big puka right back up the middle between short and second base. So Sapolu waits for the ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt. And Chetta doing a nice job of blocking that one. And we have double barrel action now in the bullpen for Mililani.
Just in case. We saw on the left Taylor Adriano come in last night.
I'm riding the bus back.
Been the number 2 so far this year for Mililani.
And the other, of course, Maya Jelf. She was up earlier. Hey, everything's on the line here tonight, right,
Exactly.
Kelly?
Yeah, you got to just use everything you got. Last game of the season.
So 2-2 count to Sapolu. Bases loaded, 1 across so far here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bautista brings that one in, fouled off.
Sapolu pulling off a little bit too much. Gotta close up her stance. She starts pretty open, but stays open. Gotta try and close it up to be able to keep that front shoulder in on an outside pitch. Mililani fans feeling a little restless after this long inning.
And now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes, and there's nowhere to put Sapolu. If you walk her, that brings in another run from third. So if you're Hinano Bautista right here, you have a couple of strikeouts. You got to go for the K.
Go after. Don't want to walk in a run right here. Make her earn it.
Here comes the payoff. Fouled away.
Again, Sapolu staying alive. You like to see this kind of battle. Both pitcher and hitter not giving up. Hinano also as the pitcher doing a great job of trying to find something that'll skip past her.
Try it again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the air, out to right. And there to make the grab is Nakayama. The runner at third will come in and score on the sac fly by Sapolu. It's a 4-3 ball game now.
Great at bat, and it ends up being productive for Sapolu. Deep fly ball. That was hit farther than it seemed. Off the bat, deep enough to score. Napoleon from third, who was courtesy running. And after a really long battle, able to scratch off a run and pull within 1.
And on the play, Labrador, the pinch runner, tagged and went to third base.
Another productive out.
Here's the number 8 hitter, Kylie May, got to the left fielder, struck out looking last inning. Only 2 strikeouts so far for Bautista. And she misses on the first pitch. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Mililani. Both those errors coming here in this inning. And for the Spartans, 3 runs on 3 hits. They have yet to commit an error. This is exactly what we expected here tonight in terms of how competitive and close it has been so far.
Yeah, you knew that Mililani's offense was going to show up. They've got the power, they've got the pop. But you like to see that Maryknoll's not backing down. They're sticking with them.
Up and out of play over the right side.
And a very different style of play. They don't have the power necessarily 1 through 9 like Mililani does, but they are putting the ball in play. They're running the base as well, putting the pressure on Mililani's defense.
I think that's pretty much what you'd want to do, right? If you're Maryknoll coming into this one. That one cut on and missed.
It's important to understand your players, right? As a coach, you want to be able to understand who you got in your dugout. If you are Coach John Uekau, you don't have girls like Coach Rose does necessarily. Not all 1 through 9 like Coach Rose does. But you do got speed and you got grit. You got girls that can put the ball in play. He was saying some of his outfielders don't play club ball versus this Mililani team. They all play all year round. There's an outside curve, backdoor curve, just off the plate.
Yeah, that's a tough one to lay off of, but credit to Gatu for staying off of it. And you also look at these 2 schools in terms of enrollment. I mean, Maryknoll's a tiny school.
There you go, too. Yes, size of rosters. The pool you're picking from is a little different.
Yeah, quite different. The 2-2, did she go around? No, she got a piece of it. She calls it off.
And Mililani, they're just a powerhouse, and a lot of young girls, I see them in the stands today that live in Mililani, that are gonna be Trojans eventually, and it's a big place for softball right now, especially at the young age, 10s, 12s. They're growing a lot of good softball players.
There's one, a comebacker right to the pitcher. Bautista over to first to retire this side. However, 2 runs score, and it's a 4-3 Mililani lead.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeyes Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
You only get one brain. If you take a hit to the head, take it seriously.
Don't tough it out. Report it. Tell your coach or parent how you really feel.
And look out for your teammates. If something seems off, speak up.
You've got 2 arms,
2 legs,
2 eyes,
but only one brain. Protect it.
Play hard, play safe, speak up. Learn more at hawaiiconcussion.com.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeyes Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the UC San Diego Tritons in its final home series of the season. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Back here in Manoa at the Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium in front of a sold-out crowd, the Division I State Championship game earlier today. Congratulations to the Kapa'a Warriors. They repeat as title holders after they knocked off Pearl City. And then tomorrow, you and I, doubleheader baseball on Spectrum OC 16. We'll do the D2 game beginning at 4 o'clock. And we do have the matchup, Kapa'a versus defending state champ Damien.
All right.
That should be fun tomorrow. But here right now tonight, all eyes focused on this one between Mililani and Maryknoll, and Ori Ma'ilo, the third baseman, to lead things off, followed by Watkins Villegas and Bautista, 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Mililani. Now, do you think Ma'ilo had to ask permission to wear a red helmet? I mean, we know she's going to Oklahoma. Did you say, hey, coach, can I
never asked her that question. Yeah, that's interesting. Bright red.
Yeah, it's not by mistake, I think, that she's wearing that helmet, do you?
She's incredible player, too, and she's been playing a lot of club, plays throughout the summer. She's going to be hitting bombs in Oklahoma very soon.
The 1-0 pitch. Let's go back to last night, Kelly. Got all of that one, and yeah, let me just flip that thing out of the way.
There's not very many teams that bat flip, but Mililani definitely does. And if you know it's going out and you're confident it's going over the fence, go for it, girl.
I like the bat flip. It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother me either. Now, would I do it? No.
No,
but
I wouldn't do it
bother me.
Because I wouldn't be able to hit one out. That one, let's see if she does it again, because that is way out of here. She does flip it, and oh my. Ma'ilo's got some power. There is no question that one was gone as soon as it went off the bat.
She swings a hot bat, crushed to center field. Ori Ma'ilo doing star-studded things. Here it is. Perfect swing. Easy, simple power. Uses her legs, gets extended, and pops that thing.
She just flips the bat over like nothing. And there you go, the solo home run to lead off the third from Ma'ilo makes it a 5-3 lead now for Mililani here in the bottom of the third.
Right on cue, that bat flip.
How do you like the rally hat? I love that thing. That thing's cool.
The big him hat. It's pretty fun. I like when teams have home run celebrations. I've already seen 3 home runs for Mililani in this game alone. We had 5 last night. What a luxury Coach Rose has when you have that much power, top to bottom.
Makanale Watkins Villegas now the hitter. Looks at one outside. She fouled out to the third baseman, Iokia, in the first. But after 4 runs in the second for Mililani, they pick up at least 1 so far here in the third on that solo shot. And it's tough if you're Maryknoll. The farther this game goes along, trying to catch up. It takes a lot out of you when you're behind and you keep on trying to catch up. I mean, they scored 2 in the top of this inning, got within 1, and then you got that solo home run.
Yeah, and when teams can score in bunches like Mililani can, right? You just can easily score 3 because you hit a big home run. It can be hard, whereas Maryknoll's style of softball is a lot more scratching and clawing. You gotta do the little stuff well, and it can sometimes feel like it takes more out of you.
Big wave and a miss for Watkins Villegas. She was trying to join her teammate Ma'ilo right there. 1-2 coming inside, getting in the corner is Cruz for strike 3. Her first strikeout of the ball game, and the first out here in the third.
Gets the call on the inside corner there. Squeaks it in, screwball. There it is, good frame from Silva. That's the kind of answer back you want from your pitcher after giving up a big home run. You want them to come back throwing hard strikes.
Well, here comes another player that likes to hit the ball out of the yard. The pitcher, Hinano Bautista, who homered in her first plate appearance in the second inning after homering last night. There are no gimmies in this Trojan lineup from 1 through 9.
That's how you pass the bat. You want to be able to feel like just a big wave coming at you. There's no letdown. No taking any rests when you're facing a lineup like Mililani has.
Off speed, that really fooled Bautista way out in front of that one.
And a big swing and a miss. Softball changeups are the best because whenever they're a good one, the whole crowd goes, ooh.
Well, I think in softball and baseball, maybe the changeup is the most effective pitch if you can throw it for a strike, right?
Right, if you can fool them.
On one just outside. I mean, you talk to a lot of baseball coaches, and the changeup, they love that as your number 2. You always have to throw a fastball, of course.
Right.
To play off the fastball, that changeup.
And as a young pitcher, changeups are always the next pitch that you're going to learn, right? You learn how to just throw it straight, throw strikes, and then you want to be able to develop a changeup, change speeds.
High and inside. So Cruz gave up the leadoff home run, was able to come back and strike out Watkins Villegas, but now a pitch away from another walk. She's already walked 2 in this one. 5-3 Trojans. Pitch. That's a beauty. Drops in for a strike, and the count goes full now to Bautista. Parker on deck.
Trying to pitch her carefully. We saw Bautista crush an inside pitch to right field. See if they go back to the changeup. See Silva trying to tell her pitcher to stay calm.
And the payoff. Skied way out of play into the darkness.
There's the ball right there into the sea of Trojan fans.
Good luck trying to get that ball back.
Yep. See what happens.
So we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cruz rocks, winds, and misses outside. And that's ball 4, and so Bautista will go down to first. The 3rd walk of the game from Cruz.
Next up, the first baseman, number 7.
See a courtesy runner, I think, for the pitcher Bautista. Coach Rose coming out.
So we do have a courtesy runner.
Courtesy running for Mililani at first base, number 23, Skylar Nakasone.
So Skylar Nakasone, the freshman, will go over there and run. And Emma Parker will come to the plate with 1 away and a runner at first base. 4 runs in the second, 1 so far here in the third for Mililani. Maryknoll scored a run in the first and 2 in the third. So it's been very close and kind of runs by each side. The 4 runs in that second inning, that was huge for Mililani. They needed that to feel themselves offensively. And you get Mailo leading off the inning with the home run.
Yeah, we've seen another timeout called here. Emma Parker having a really good sophomore year, hitting .510. overall. 5 home runs to her credit. She's been playing really good first base. We saw her make an error today, but she is usually very steady-handed.
Pitches high, 2-0. Both pitchers, Cruz and Bautista, probably running on a bit of maybe fumes at this point after this week.
Yeah, I think it's different to pitch in the state tournament because it's back-to-back days. During the regular season, you're pitching, what, on a Tuesday and a Saturday.
There's a ball hit back up the middle past the diving second baseman Hiraoka. And staying put at second base, the pinch runner Nakasone give Parker a single. She's 1 for 1 on the night.
Stays on it. This is a great piece of hitting. Hard right back up the middle. Good effort from Hiraoka. Still not done yet is Mililani.
So runners at first and second is Lana Nakayama, right fielder. She'll step in, reached on a fielder's choice last inning and came around and scored. One across so far, but the Trojans threatening once again as the fastball on the inside corner is a strike.
Nakayama surprisingly has no home runs on the year.
Well, she's showing like she wants to lay down the sack bunt. Pulled back. Ooh, little inside there. That did get her. Yeah, got her. Must have got her on the shoulder. Yeah, must have got maybe got a bit of the left shoulder of the jersey. But regardless, she'll go down to first base on a hit by pitch, and the bags are full.
They're going to talk about it though. Let's see here. Might have nicked her jersey a little bit. Silva squeezes it and catches it cleanly, but see Lana toss her bat almost immediately after that pitch came in.
But now you have the bases loaded. Nakasone at second, at third, Parker's at second, and Nakayama's at first, and the number 9 hitter in the order, the DP, Aubrey Nakashima, who flied out to the left in her only plate appearance. The pitch bounced to second. They'll come home for the force. That'll be the only play, but Hiraoka getting it down to Silva to force out Nakasone for the second out.
Good play there by Hiraoka just to get the lead runner there. Hard hit, gets it on the short hop. Silva does an excellent job to play it like a first baseman. Come out in front of the plate. Maryknoll's able to get out of this right here. That would be huge.
Gigantic if they can get out of this inning with only that leadoff home run. As the number 9 hitter and catcher, Cody Anchetta, will come to the plate. She walked and scored the last inning. 5-3 contest, bottom of the third. The Trojans looking to blow this one open with a big hit right here from Anchetta. Cruz trying to stop it. Brings that pitch outside and low, 1-0.
Somebody needs to step up for Maryknoll, be able to make a big stop. Anchetta, the number 9 batter, is really good. Has great pop.
2 balls and no strikes. When we talk about the pop, how about even the number 9 hitter last night got involved? That was Anchetta. And that one went off the light pole. Or actually, it's probably one of the poles holding up the netting out there. They got a home run from the number 9 hitter. Anchetta does that right here. This place will explode.
That's a great point. Bases loaded here. 2 outs, 2-0, hitters count.
Big time hitters count, we'll see. And that one hit in the air, out towards center field, it's gone!
And the place does explode! Big grand slam
And Mililani has blown this one open now. They lead 9-3. Grand slam and Cheddar.
That one, I think, lands on where the cameras are. Let's see here. Big time swing off her back foot. Yeah, I think that clears the fence and hits on the cameras. But big time swing from the number 9 batter. When you have that kind of pop potential at the bottom of the order,
Your
look
number
out.
9 hitter hitting home runs in back-to-back games. That is impressive by Anchetta. So ahead to the top of the order. And Kahiao Aina, who's homered in this game as well back in the second inning, will come to the plate with the bases empty after that granny. 9-3 Trojans. Aina takes that pitch down and outside. And you can almost kind of feel the wind coming out of the sails of the Maryknoll supporters in the stands. That was a tough one.
It's really hard to defend Mililani. What do you do? How do you pitch them?
Well, you move the fences back an extra 100 feet or something, maybe. Unreal. We've seen a power surge all weekend by the Trojans. There's a swing and a miss.
You make her look silly. That'll help. That's a big time swing and miss right there.
There you see the dugout for the Spartans. They just want to get out of this one. Out of this half inning.
You saw Coach Jarvis talking into his phone. That was talking into the earpiece to Silva behind the plate.
Now I wonder, do they charge the earbuds every half inning when they're on offense?
Wouldn't that be terrible?
You got to charge the phone too, right? And there's the strike.
We saw Aina pull one down the line last night. Tonight she hit an opposite field rocket up the left center netting.
There's one off the glove, back up the middle. The shortstop will get the throw. Abad gets the throw over to first, but it's late. And that'll be an infield single for Aina. Good effort, though, by Abad.
That's a heck of a play there by the freshman shortstop just to get to it. But Aina, that's where just a poke, not what you want to do with an outside pitch. Her legs were gone. She was just using her hands there. Not the prettiest swing we've seen Aina give us, but a hit nonetheless. But excellent job from Abad to even get to that ball.
Aoki on the ground to second, scooped up Hirooka over to first, and the inning comes to an end. But 5 runs come across, 4 on the grand slam by Cody Anchetta.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Big every time, nice up your life, yeah. When we store yours way out, they go wide. 10 by 20 plus dep on the side. Double X, yes, call it a double dime. Hawaii self-storage just as big every time, right?
Hawaii self-storage is the place to be. Guaranteed from the boys of BET.
So come on down to Hawaii self-storage. So come down, respect, yeah. Hawaii self-storage, #1. Check it,
Time now for the Jack in the Box game summary. We've had a lot of action for the Spartans. How about Palihua Silva? 1-for-1 with a single and RBI. She has walked in. Cody Anchetta with that big hit, the grand slam. She's also walked here tonight. 9-3 through 3 innings in favor of the defending champion Mililani Trojans. So it'll be interesting here, Kelly, to see how the Spartans respond after that. They've given up 9 runs in the last 2 innings, and it'll be the number 9 hitter, center fielder Ciara Kamisato, to lead things off for Maryknoll.
Like you said, in the last half inning, you kind of could feel the wind coming out of Maryknoll's sails. They need to be able to respond in a big way here if they're going to stay in this game.
9 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Mililani. Maryknoll, 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. So leading off the 4th is Kamisato. She walked in her only plate appearance in the 2nd. And the pitch down from Bautista is a ball. And Bautista now, I mean, she's used to pitching with a fairly large lead. How does that, if it does at all, change anything for her?
Hopefully it's able to get her to attack the zone, stay a little bit more loose. She has pitched with a big lead nearly all year long. Mililani has only lost once this entire season. They lost to Campbell.
We saw last night.
14-10. Back in March, though, so it's been a hot minute since they've lost.
They are impressive, there's no question. The 1-1 misses. 2-1 to the leadoff hitter, Kamisato. After that, we'll head to the top of the order, and Hiraoka and Abad. Trojans bringing out the stick. We'll see if the Spartans can answer back. Got to within 4-3, but that 5-run 3rd inning was huge for Mililani, and now a 3-1 count to Kamisato. And if you're Rose Antonio right now and you got a 6-run lead, you're thinking to yourself, just throw strikes, let your defense play behind you. We'll see if Bautista can find the strike zone right here. He does have 2 strikeouts. 3-1, and there's ball 4, so the leadoff walk. So Kamisato walks for the 2nd time, and now we go to the top of the order, and Reni Hiraoka. Hiraoka singled and scored the first run of the game in the 1st inning, and she's reached on a fielder's choice. We've seen lots of base runners there. You see one of your fans. Look at that thing, huh? Lots of base runners in this one.
Is that dog? Now that was a fun sign. Haven't seen that kind of sign in a while.
And the pitch. You know, is it a Hawaii thing that we always have signs at sporting events? I mean, you go to volleyball.
Right.
I mean, there's all kind of great creative signs. You see them in high school a lot as well. Yeah. But is that just our kind of a thing? Do you know?
I feel like signs are everywhere, but you're right. We've got good signs. We got very punny people.
Yeah, very punny people is right. 1-0. Run away off the bag there. No throw.
Inano still working from behind here. 2-0 count.
Now look at the shortstop. She had the right hand behind her waist. I'll explain that in a second as that pitch misses. But the signs are being flashed by Anchetta, the catcher. And then the shortstop, Ina, with the hand behind her back, will then flash the signs to the outfielders as well.
Yeah, giving the pitching signs to the outfielders. And that's very helpful. I played center field, and so when the infielders, my shortstop, when I play Jessica, you want to flashing the signs just so you know location, if it's going to be hard or slow. It's helpful as an outfielder to be prepared on which direction you might be moving.
Bautista, despite the 6-run lead, struggling, trying to find the strike zone. She walked the leadoff hitter, and a pitch away from walking this hitter, and she does. Hiraoka draws the base on balls. Going to second is Kamisato. And hey, the Spartans, they're not going to go down without a fight. There's still a lot of softball left to be played in this one. They realize it.
And still warming up down there, staying loose in the bullpen.
So they've both been up there warming up for a while. Jeff was first in the bullpen, then Adriano joined her. And we saw her last night, and she pitched really well for Mililani in the win against Punahou. So after scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the third, the last thing you want if you're Mililani are back-to-back walks, and that's what you have. And so that has drawn that circle meeting with Kyla Abad on deck, who has walked and been hit by a pitch.
And it's frustrating for the Mililani coaches. Like you said, you're up by 6. Just pound the zone.
By the way,
a little too fine.
By the way, we'll pass on that we understand the Wahine softball team lost tonight to UC Santa Barbara. So their season is POW. It'll be CISA and UCSB tomorrow for the championship. But that means the end of a storied book career for head coach Bob Coolin.
Very sad to see him go. Excited for him, of course, that he is retiring. Also, his wife, Nancy, is retiring as a PE teacher at Punahou. And so they both are going to have a wonderful time in retirement, I must say. They're going to be traveling around. They got 2 kids, Demi and Bo, both living on the mainland, so they'll have plenty of time to go visit them.
And they have a grandson now.
And they have a grandson. Bo and Sam have a son, and he is so cute. He's about 1 year old, 2 years old. I think he just had his birthday.
There's a nice bunt. They go to third. The throw, is it in time? They say yes. Ma'ilo scoops it up. Ina comes over and covers, gets the lead runner at third. 5-6 for the force out. And at first on the fielder's choice is Abad. But what a terrific defensive play by the Trojans.
Ori looks for the lead runner, and I don't know, that was close. Now, this is where as a runner, I don't think Kamisato was thinking the ball was coming to third, and so she wasn't sliding in. I think if you slide there, you're called safe. But because you got to slow down in order to stop on the bag, I think she pulls up a little bit and is called out.
So a big first out here in the fourth, and the dangerous hitter at the plate, Shea Iokia, the third baseman, has reached on the fielder's choice and an error and has scored. So runners at first and second.
If there's anyone in the Maryknoll lineup that can get you back on the board in a hurry, it is Shea Iokia.
Yeah, no doubt. Ball is short, stepping on the bag. Ina, the first double play. That's a way to get out of a jam. 6 unassisted, 3 twin killing, and the Spartans are retired here in the fourth. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 9-3 Trojans.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the second year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Check it out.
He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahut. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
From picturesque landscapes to adrenaline-pumping water sports, our islands provide a breathtaking backdrop that's truly unique. Come along for the ride and witness the wonders of Hawaii on Spectrum OC16.
Watch your favorite games anytime, anywhere on OC16.tv. Go to the homepage to find the channel you want under the Now Playing section. Log in with your Spectrum username and password, and let the games begin.
And there you see The UCSD Tritons will be coming to Honolulu late next week as they open up 3-game series against the Baseball Bows, who won earlier tonight on the road at Cal State Fullerton. It's a Thursday, Friday, Sunday series. We'll have Thursday's game for you, beginning with Game On at 6 o'clock. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, it's a 9-3 Mililani lead. Trojans with 4 runs in the second and a 5-spot last inning. And that's where we stand.
Here comes Ori Mailo, who led off with a home run.
Launches one to third. Iokia gets it over to first. 1 pitch, 1 away. We haven't seen many of those in this game, have we?
No, and I think what that is pitch selection. So Ori swung at a pitch out of the zone. That's another thing that Mililani does well. They don't chase that often outside of the zone, despite being a big power hitting team. And so that one a little low, and she fishes for it and grounds out.
Kanale Watkins Villegas hits that one hard, just wide of the bag.
Hard hit. Tough to see from up here. Iokia diving down the line to try and stop it. Really the hot corner over there.
Yeah, isn't that the appropriate word for that position? I don't know whoever coined it.
It comes at you fast.
Oh man, that's the perfect word to describe playing third base. Particularly when nothing happens and then comes right at you, the 0-1 away. 9 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Trojans. For the Spartans, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Watkins Villegas looking for a first base hit. Well, let's go back to last night. That one was turned on and that one was hit way, way out of here.
It's nice when you're Mililani, you have all these flashbacks because you have so many different home runs. Watkins Villegas hitting it opposite field. This one skied high right on top of us.
Yeah, it just feels like everybody's hit a home run for Mililani this weekend.
Basically, so many different hitters. Tonight there's been 4. 4 of the same, might I add, as last night.
Yeah, that's
all
pretty.
4. Aina, Mailo, Bautista, and Anchetta hit a home run tonight and last night. Watkins Villegas, who hit one last night, if she wants to join them, can do so.
You've given her permission. Huh?
I am.
The 2-2, and there's a called strike 3. She'll have to wait till her next at bat. There's 2 down here in the 4th.
It's her second strikeout looking. Good pitch from Cassie Cruz. Drops right into the zone.
So 2 down, base is empty. And Hinano Bautista, the pitcher. She homered in the second inning. Walked and scored in the 3rd. And the home run she hit, that was a no-doubter. Pretty much all the home runs have been no-doubters, haven't they? There haven't been any wall scrapers like we saw last night.
Yeah, the one that she hit to right field was a towering shot. She's got a great lefty swing.
And he's down for a strike from Cruz, Cassie Cruz. She is taking her Spartans all the way to the championship game here. There's ball 2.
Missed inside there. Cassie Cruz wanted the call. You saw her kind of put her hands up a little bit. A little exacerbated, wanted that pitch inside.
And here, the players in the dugout yelling and screaming encouragement.
Credit to Cassie Cruz, senior year. She's been working hard. She is the workhorse for Maryknoll. really the only pitcher, and so for next year, Coach John Uekau is really going to have to search for some pitching. Hope that he gets somebody via enrollment in 9th grade or is able to develop somebody else.
Well, I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's been very successful there, hasn't he?
He's done an excellent job at the helm of this program.
A 3-1 pitch coming, and that one is a strike to Bautista. So Cruz a pitch away from getting out this inning unscathed.
That would be big to be able to go 1, 2, 3 with the 3, 4, 5 hitters of Mililani. Sure, that hasn't happened very often this year.
Yeah, good point. Payoff pitch coming. Here it is. Bounced foul.
I'm excited to see what Hinano decides to do in the future. She definitely can play at the next level, just a sophomore. Definitely has the bat to be able to compete. She also plays outfield. We've seen her play out there and can range really well out there. Got good speed, just a really good athlete.
3-2. There's ball 4. So Bautista able to get the base on balls with 2 down. Inning continues for the Trojans as Emma Parker will come to the plate.
First for Mililani at first base, number 23, Skylar Nakasone.
Skylar Nakasone will run over at first base.
Coming back in, she ran earlier in the game for Hinano Bautista. We said this last night, there's a Nakasone, Nakayama, Nakashima, Nakagawa on Mililani's team. Really trying to hurt us with the names, trying to get them all right.
That one hit out on the line to center. Right there is Kamisato to bring it in for the final out. And so Mililani comes up empty here in the 4th, but they lead after 4.
Blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $289 a month or get 3.99% APR for 72 months. Drive Aloha, drive Hyundai.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
You're watching Hawaii High School Sports on Spectrum XCast.
We played 4 here in a sellout Rainbow Wahine Stadium, Division I championship game. You see Mililani leading 9-3 after 4, but I thought a good job in the circle last half inning for Bautista, and not Bautista, for Cruz, and that might kind of kickstart, hopefully, for the Spartans some offense here.
Yeah, in the 4th inning, neither team scored, which is
rare.
Very rare. Very interesting. Holding Mililani off the board, but also Maryknoll trying to find a spark offensively. Let's see here what they got. Their number 4 cleanup hitter, Silva, up to bat.
Yeah, Silva drove in the game's first run in the 1st inning. 1 for 1, has walked and scored as well. So Silva, the cleanup hitter, will lead things off in the 5th. Looks at an off-speed pitch that's low. Silva, followed by Cruz, and then Miller. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Maryknoll with a single run in that 1st inning and 2 in the 2nd. That one is way out of here. That one jumped off the bat of Silva in a hurry, no doubt. Solo home run to lead off the fifth. It's a 9-4 ball game now.
And that was a rocket. And I think we have a bat flip contest going on because Silva just threw her bat. That's a rocket. That's batting practice right there. Line drive, it's still going up here. And then let's see if we get the bat flip. Way up there.
See,
I think we are
that's
getting
a little extreme.
I think we're getting a warning right now from the umpire here.
Well, I think we had a warning earlier as well for Mailo when she hit that home run in the third inning, and so probably getting a warning right here for Silva as well. As that was a real bat flip. That was a big time bat
and
flip.
I think that was more of a reactionary bat flip. Right back at ya. We can do that too, says Silva. And I'm not sure what the repercussions are.
If you get a warning, right? Like if you do it again, do you get kicked out of the game?
Do you,
I would imagine.
Is it an out? Do you get ejected? I don't know, but hey, I'm here for it. Let's go. That's fun.
Well, you need to have a little animosity in the championship game, right? After they'll shake hands and everything, but hey, you're playing for silverware right now. Hardware, another one.
Here it is, let's see. That's batting practice, line drives, and then a flip of the bat right into her teammates. And I think that's more of a safety thing, maybe, that they're saying she can't do that.
On the infield, the pop up. Oh, okay. Under it for out number one. I haven't seen a bat flip like that, except for maybe on YouTube watching KBO games, baseball games. Those guys like to launch the balls, let me tell you.
I've seen Tatis do that.
Yeah, yes.
Let's see.
He can do that.
But hey, how come he's allowed to do that, but Silva Mailo can't? I don't know.
Well, you don't see guys doing that much in Major League Baseball because you'll get a ball in your ear hole next time you go to the plate. Here's Kaya Miller, the first baseman, with one down. And the fastball misses from Bautista.
And I also get it. Bat flips is not for everyone. Like I said, I would never, everyone, never.
Oh, come on, Kelly. Maybe
you know
once.
why? I am not confident to know that it would go over the fence. What happens if you flip it and they catch it?
Well, what happens if you flip it and it lands on your head? The 1-0 pitch.
That's why I would have never bat flipped it. But all the power to you if you can.
Hey, if you can hit a ball like that out of here.
I know.
Hey, more power to you. Bautista trying to find the strike zone. The 2-0. Make it 3-0 now. The leadoff home run by Silva. Cruz pops out. Miller now a pitch away from reaching base. She has reached on an infield single and an error. Also has an RBI. Probably keeping the bat on her shoulder with the team down by 5 and the 3-0 count. We'll see if she's taking all the way. And she is. That one's outside. It's ball 4. And so good at bat for Miller, showing some patience. A 1-out walk. And Bautista, she has walked a lot of hitters in this game. She has given the Spartans opportunities, but then when she needs to buckle down, she gets the job done.
Yeah, I think that has been a part of her game all year long. Not as crisp as you would like. The walks have really been something that she needs to work on, but Mililani, I mean, it hasn't come back to bite them because they score so many runs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So you have that wiggle room to work with on defense.
Carly Sapolu, the hitter. We've seen her with a couple of good at-bats. She ended up striking out in the second, but a really long at-bat, and then had a sac fly RBI in the third. So we'll see what Sapolu could do here with one away and a runner at first. Spartans have only 4 hits in this game, but it feels like more because of the walks. And then, of course, you had a couple of errors for Mililani earlier in this one.
Lots of base runners, that's for certain.
Lots of them. There's a comebacker to the picture. She goes to second for 1, though relay, no, they hold on to it. And so that will go 1-6. Bautista over to Ina to get the lead runner, and somebody's hurt.
I think she's more embarrassed. I think she slipped. Oh, poor thing. Nope. We're going to show it anyways. Sorry. There she goes, face plants. Ooh, scorpion.
They'll probably show that at either the graduation. That'll be at graduation or her wedding. They'll show that video, guaranteed. Don't worry.
Dove into first base and.
Well, she's safe at first on the fielder's choice, but 2 down.
Hit a little bit of a speed bump there.
No doubt. Kylie May got 2 at the plate. That's a good pitch from Bautista.
Maryknoll is staying alive though, still hitting the ball hard, putting it in play, down by 5. Here we go again. Everyone's a little worried. Now she's checking to make sure. Did anyone see that?
No, nobody saw it. Get back up. You're okay. They're not going to re-show it on TV again and again. Gatti takes the ball, 2-1. No pitch. Bautista feels her position so well. The lefty fires it over to first to end the inning, but the Spartans get a run back on the home run by Silva.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by New City Nissan.
This is summer with Nissan. It's a great time to buy at the Nissan Summer Sales Event, featuring the Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier, free from new tariffs. Get the #1 shopping experience according to J.D. Power. Hurry to a Nissan dealer today.
Now get up to $6,000 total savings on the 2025 Nissan Frontier. See your local Hawaii Nissan dealers.
Decorating? With hundreds of factory colors and free computerized paint matching, you can find the Benjamin Moore color you're looking for at City Mill. Need something? Try check City Mill.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Wale Yonemine Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Back here in Manoa, bottom of the 5th inning. There you see Polly Silva, the catcher.
Yep. See Hilo Town written on her wrist. She's from Big Island. Lives over here during school time. Shouting out her hometown.
The bottom third of the order in the 5th for Mililani. Nakayama, Nakashima, and Cheta. Cassie Cruz back out there again. Had a good 4th inning. Walked 1, but retired to everybody else. But we're going to have a pinch hitter at the plate. And that's going to be Kaya Lyons. The Lions will pinch hit to lead off this inning. We saw that last night where Nakayama got a couple at bats, and then after that, Coach Antoni would pinch hit for her. And Looks at the L1 upstairs, 2-0.
This is also Coach Rose getting in one of her seniors that's on the bench, so giving her an opportunity to play in this state championship game.
Oh, that's cool. Taylor Lyons, yeah, she's a senior, 5'3", listed as an infielder. And one pushed inside corner is called a strike. Kapa'au earlier won the D2 title over Pearl City. So they repeated. Mililani trying to do the same here in Division 1.
Got an illegal pitch called here. Let's see what for. Not sure exactly what I heard there. It was an illegal pitch, therefore it's going to be a ball called on the batter. See if we can see anything. The only thing I could think of is her landing foot is outside of the distance of the rubber. So there's a lane that goes down from the edge of the rubber straight towards home plate. Your landing foot must land within that distance. Now there isn't anything painted on the ground, no chalk line, so it's difficult to call. That's what I would think it would be. She's not crow hopping. This would be the angle of the umpire that called it. Maybe it was a crow hop, I don't know. But her left landing foot is pretty far to the left. Let's see here if they give us any explanation.
Yeah, they're all going to get together, which is smart. Make sure they're all on the same page. And
let's see, there's Coach Jarvis coming on out, trying to get an explanation here.
Well, I did hear 2 balls, 2 strikes, so they'll stick with the illegal pitch, it sounds like. It'll be 2-2. To the pinch hitter Lions.
Not sure if it was called because of her landing foot staying or landing outside of the pitching lane, or it was her drag foot crow hopping.
I guess the question is, this is all over one pitch.
Right.
I mean, this is still
and
a lot more.
If I were her coach, I'd be saying that she's been pitching like this all game. So not sure.
Well, the umpire.
I think it's 2-1. 2-1.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Okay.
So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. They just wanted to confirm up here with the folks in charge. And they got the confirmation. So it's a ball and 2 strikes to Lions, all that. And Lions will step back in. Or will she? Time called now.
Now they're saying it's 2-2.
Well, we just heard them say 1-2. I see the home plate umpire hold up 1-2. I just have to make the correction on the scoreboard. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yes. I think they just are saying 2-2
now?
So I think it was 1-2, and
that's
now
what they're saying. Okay.
2-2.
All right, we got all that straightened out. I hope it was worth it.
We'll see.
The 2-2. Swung on a miss. So Lions goes down swinging for the first out here in the 5th.
Next up, the designated player number 11, Nakashima.
What's hard about an illegal pitch, we saw that I think her feet did the exact same thing as they did the pitch before.
I do too.
I think she's been pitching like that all night. It's hard to tell like if that one was way different. I'm not sure.
Aubrey Nakashima, the designated player. 0 for 1. Make that 0 for 2 with a run scored. Trojans have done all their damage in 2 innings, a 4-run second, a 5-run third. They score in bunches. We saw that last night. We've seen it today. 5 home runs last night, 4 so far today. That ball is hit out towards left field. And it is caught.
Great running catch out there for Kami Sato. She was playing pretty in. She had to go deep into the alleyway and makes a great running catch. Lots of room covered there out there in center field.
Yeah, Kami Sato, she can motor out there. Nice job going into the alley. So 2 down now, base is empty. And the dangerous Cody Anchetta, the catcher. Walked and scored in the second, and then with the bases juiced, absolutely crushed one out of here in the third.
And a grand slam in this game. It's, like we've said before, such a luxury to be able to have a number 9 hitter that can hit bombs.
No kidding. Gotta be careful with her. Hits it hard on the ground to first. It goes off the bag. It was fair. And being safe at first will be Anchetta, I believe, right? Yes.
No signal was really called now.
Well, the ball was down the line. It went off the bag.
It went off the base. Now,
So
did it
it's
go
got-
off the white one or the orange one? Let's
That's a good-
take a look here.
Well, it turned
Ooh,
back.
I don't know.
Well, it looks like they're going
And
to call
then
it
there
safe.
was no call really made.
Courtesy running at first base for Mililani, number 10, Phoenix
It
Nakagawa.
was hard to tell. Was that off the white one or the orange one? Because one's fair and one's foul.
Phoenix Nakagawa will run over at first base. Not sure what they're going to score that. As we head to the top of the order, Kahiao Aina.
I would think that was a hit.
Yeah, I think it's a hit too, looking at the board now. So it is going to be a base hit. So 2 out single.
Aina looking for her 4th hit
Yeah.
of the day. First inning, long, hard single, laser, and then a home run to left center, then an infield single her 3rd time up.
She swings and fouls that one off.
She's last at bat, and just now with that swing, she's way out in front on her front foot.
Yeah, that's a pretty good night. A 3-run home run, a couple of singles.
Great lefty power hitting leadoff batter, and swings the bat really well, has good fast hands.
And gets that one on the right side. What a play by Hiraoka over to first. Oh, man. Hiraoka's fired up her teammates as well. Nice job by the second baseman to end the inning. We have played 5 in Manoa, 9-4 Mililani.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard, but our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big, and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand. Garlic miso chicken plate and salad. A boneless chicken thigh marinated in a sweet miso and garlic seasoning, then lightly fried to a perfect crisp. Available all day for a limited time at Sibby's.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the 2nd year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the UC San Diego Tritons in its final home series of the season. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Back in Manoa, packed house, Division I State Softball Championship game. Kapa'a won Division II. We're getting ready to begin the 6th inning. 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Mililani, 4-4-0 for Maryknoll. And so the Spartans have 6 more outs in regulation to try to overcome this 5-run deficit. And they'll send up 9-1-2 in the order. Kami Sato, Hiraoka, and Abad. Back out there again, as she has been all evening long. Hinano Bautista gutting her way through this one.
Still out there, still working. Here in the 6th inning, Kamisato has 2 walks, flipped the lineup over twice in this game, has a really good eye at the plate.
And the first pitch misses. Mililani looking to repeat. Maryknoll looking for their first title since 2022. 1-0. Comeback. What a nice job. I'll tell you, both these pitchers tonight have been impressive defensively in the circle.
Yes, I agree. It's difficult to be that close and still make good glove work. Hard line drive, right back at her, able to get her glove up to field it cleanly. We've also seen her get some ground balls, make good throws over to first.
So back to the top of the order, and reigning Hiraoka, the second baseman, singled and scored, reached on a fielder's choice, and has walked. And that fastball had a little extra zip, it felt like, from Bautista.
I just saw Hiraoka make a really good play to end the last inning.
Yeah, great play, wasn't that?
That was awesome. Dive in and then being able to get rid of it quick to get the out at first.
Here comes a 0-1. Bautista. Low, ball 2. And if you're Maryknoll, you know you're down by 5. You want to make Bautista work even a little bit more because both pitchers are, I'm sure, a bit pooped to see Johnny Ukawa, the head coach for Maryknoll.
Yeah.
He's got his game face on for sure.
But you're right, there's been a lot of pitches thrown this week for both starting pitchers. Both these squads, though, got a first-round bye,
yeah,
so
that
they've
helps.
been playing for 3 days straight. Still yet, a lot more pitching than you have been in game situations. Regular season, you're more likely to do a Tuesday and a Saturday schedule.
And there's a cold strike 3 as Hiraoka goes down looking 2 away.
Bautista was pumped about that one. Gets the call on the outside corner. Curveball back door. And gets her looking.
So it'll be up to Kyla Abad, the shortstop, to keep the inning alive for Maryknoll. She's walked, been hit by a pitch, and reached on a fielder's choice. Early on, there were hit batsmen and errors by Mililani. They really struggled, but it's kind of similar to what we saw last night with Puno. After about an inning, maybe 2 innings, then all of a sudden they're Mililani.
Right. Their bats came alive and scored 9 runs. And also, Hinano's pitching a little bit better in this inning, a little more clean, hitting her spot. She feels like her zip is back, more crisp with her release. Not getting the call there. Saw the infielders for Mililani putting their hands up, wanting that call.
That one high. Should Abad find a way to get on base, we have the dangerous Ilkia on deck.
And then right after her is Pale Silva.
Yes. So if you're Bautista, you'd like to get this hitter out right here and not have to deal with those 2 with any runners on base. 2-1. Here's ball 3.
And 1 count here to Abad. Trying to get on any way she can.
That one finds the strike zone, and the count goes full now to Kyla Abad.
Good contact hitter, has some power too, can hit it in the alleys.
The payoff pitch. Nice stop by the shortstop. The throw by Ina's in time. Oh, we have seen a couple of really nice defensive plays to end the top of the sixth and now the bottom of the sixth. Or excuse me, the top of the sixth and the bottom of the fifth. You know what I'm saying? 9-4 Mililani.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Onboard Wi-Fi that goes wherever you go. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Lease a Hyundai Elantra for only $239 a month or get 3.99% APR for 72 months. Drive Aloha, drive Hyundai.
And we're back. Bottom of the sixth inning. Mililani leading Maryknoll 9-4. And Kelly, we now know the matchups for both the Division II and Division I baseball championship. There you see tomorrow on OC16 at Les Murakami Stadium is Damien versus Kapa'a. And the D1 over on the island of Maui. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Waiakea taking on St. Louis out of the ILH.
That's exciting.
Should be two good baseball games tomorrow. After our game, we're going to fly back home and catch that D1 game. And that's gonna be, well, not too fast. I don't want to get a ticket. The bottom of the sixth, Aoki leading things off. Cameron Aoki, the second baseman, batting in the two-hole. She'll be followed by Ma'ilo and Watkins Villegas.
Last chance for Mililani to add on some insurance. Really put it to Maryknoll. Maryknoll's going to be down to their last 3 outs.
Just really been two huge innings for Mililani, the second and the third. That's how they got their 9 runs. There's been more than enough to this point. Pitch on the corner for a strike to Aoki.
Another illegal pitch called, though. We'll see if it's the same thing. Not sure. So it was called a strike, so I'm thinking it's 3-0 now. But here comes Coach John getting an explanation.
Now time called. You see Rose Antonio coming out from the third base dugout.
Coach Rose, too, is out there on the field. Not sure. Got both head coaches out on the field talking to different umpires here. Because Coach John wants to come out and get an explanation of why.
But you know what this does? It's over one pitch and it ices your pitcher a little bit, right?
A little bit. You can see they're both pretty animated with their discussion here. John's barking back at him.
He's going to get his money's worth for sure. Well, nothing's going to change. So it'll be an illegal pitch, and it'll be 3 balls and no strikes.
What I would love an explanation of, just for my sake, is to know exactly which part of her pitch is being called an illegal pitch. I'm assuming, just by watching, is that it's her landing foot, but I'm not certain. And I haven't seen any hand motions to gesture otherwise. We'll see here. Here's a replay of that last pitch that got called strike. Maybe it was the Crowhawk, or it's where her landing foot is. We're a little bit off-centered, so you can't really tell where exactly she's landing in this space there, but she is supposed to be within the length of the rubber, her landing foot. Let's see here. There's no lines anymore. Actually, there never really was lines drawn straight.
And there's ball 4, and so Aoki will go down to first with a leadoff base on balls.
And to be clear, it's not where, she doesn't have to land inside within the chalk circle. There is a, right now since it's not drawn on, there's an imaginary lane from the edge of each side of the rubber straight towards the plate. So it looks like railroad tracks straight towards home plate. Choo-choo.
All right, here's
so
Ori
Mailo. Should land there.
Mailo's homered tonight. Skies went a mile high on the right side of the infield. And Hiroka able to make the catch. Out number 1.
Yeah, hit a mile high. Way above the lights there. Hiroka able to pull it down.
And the cleanup hitter now. Makanale Watkins Villegas. She's hitless tonight. Also struck out a couple of times against Cruz.
Yeah, there's been 3 strikeouts tonight. 2 of them coming to Watkins Villegas.
Big swing and a miss.
Change up.
Well, Cruz can empty the gas tank right here. You would think.
Yeah, this is it. Also, she's a senior. This is your potentially last inning in your high school career pitching. She's done one great job, though, for Maryknoll, and her teammates have got to be so thankful for all her hard work in the circle this year. They have really ridden her to the end. This Maryknoll team did not win the regular season. Punahou was undefeated throughout the regular season, but Maryknoll able to come through the ILH tournament and then beat Punahou to become the ILH champion and get that top seed coming out of the ILH. And so they've worked hard this last few weeks to gain momentum.
And I think it also shows the importance of being seeded, right? We saw in the Division II, 1 versus 2, and here in D1, it's 1 versus 2. So the top 2 teams in both D1 and D2 ended up playing for the championship.
Yeah, great point. And Punahou, yeah, kind of shot themselves in the foot with that ILH tournament. Didn't get the top seed, and then they had to see Mililani a day early.
That's right. So Cruz with a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Watkins Villegas. Can she get the hat trick? Not yet.
Having a good at-bat here. Ira Cruz, maybe try another changeup. See if you can sneak it past her or hard in. Her last at-bat, you struck her out on something in on her hands.
That one too high, and the count goes full now to Watkins Villegas. Over at first, Aoki led off the inning by walking.
Aoki, who was 5 for 5 last night, hitless tonight, but still getting on base here in this inning.
A 3-2 offering, misses inside, ball 4. Aoki goes to second.
It's a hard fought at bat for number 16. She had struggled against Cruz and able to win that battle. Here you got Bautista.
The power hitting pitcher. How often do you say that?
Right. And
she
good power.
Yep, we saw her hit one out last night, today as well. She scored a couple of runs. She's walked twice. 2 runners aboard, and she takes a big swing of that one, gets a piece of it.
You can hear Coach Rose saying short to the ball, meaning her hands. Sometimes our hands can take the long way to the ball. Either they go down to the ground and then towards the ball, or they go out towards the other batter's box. You'll feel like your hands load straight to the catcher and then go straight towards the pitcher. Right towards her with your hands.
Is that what you teach your youngsters?
Yes, get our hands going towards the pitcher. And short to it, that's a good cue as well. Whatever works to get the hitters to get their hands extended towards the pitcher and towards the ball.
Nine runs, 8 hits, 2 errors from Mililani. 4, 4, and 0 for Maryknoll. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 7-inning scheduled contest.
We've seen Hinano Bautista call time a few times, not liking the pace of Cassie Cruz. Cassie definitely moves at her own speed, in control of the tempo.
This pitch is downstairs. And you kind of just wonder how much left does Cassie Cruz really have.
Exactly. She is been working extremely hard, leads the state in innings pitched. She is topping out at over 120 innings pitched this year.
That's a lot. And there's ball 4, and the bases are loaded on her 116th pitch. Cruz has walked the bases full. Now keep in mind, there is a run rule in effect, but it has to be 10 runs or more. And right now, it's a 5-run contest. As we have pinch runner first. Skylar Nakasone will go over there on the run. We've seen Nakasone a couple of times doing that.
Yeah, every time that Hinano Bautista has walked, we've seen Nakasone come out, which is 3 times in this game. Hinano hit a home run in her first at bat, and then Cruz has walked her every time since. Now we're going to have Coach John come out and talk to his senior.
So in this situation, you have the bases loaded. All 3 of them have reached on a walk. If you're the coach, you go out there. What would you be saying to Cassie Cruz right now?
It's almost like he's not talking to Cassie. Look at, he's talking to his infielders more so than his pitchers.
Reminding them maybe if it's hit in the infield hard, go home for the 4th. Just kind of reminding them of things they should do, I would guess.
Yeah, and almost maybe not necessarily strategy, but more about morale, trying to get his team back into it mentally. Not to give up here in the 6th inning. He's still got some game to play. But right now it all rests on the senior Cassie Cruz throwing strikes.
Emma Parker, who's been waiting patiently, will finally get a chance to swing the bat. The first baseman has walked, singled, and flied out. Aoki at 3rd. at second. Watkins Villegas, Nakasone, the pinch runner at first. And that one will go all the way to the backstop. Here comes a run from third. She will score on the wild pitch. Aoki comes in. The other two advance as Watkins Villegas goes to third, and down to second will be Nakasone. And now it's a 10-4 ball game.
Yeah, not exactly what you want to see after your coach came and talked to you. Cruz is running out of gas here.
Just trying to tough it out and get through this inning. It's Cassie Cruz. Way high again.
You can see Silva behind the plate trying to encourage her pitcher. Putting her hands up saying, slow down, relax. She's walked 3 already in this inning. Already 2-0 behind Emma.
And waved that and missed. That was a nice pitch by Cruz. Parker steps back in. The pitch. Another big swing and a miss.
She's way out in front of those. Those are good rise balls, but swinging all the way out in front, trying to get extended, but pulling off, pulling her head there. I say go right back to it.
We'll see if she listens. 2-2. Hop straight back.
It's important, though, just to note how hard Cassie Cruz has worked for her team, and you can tell that the fans have slowly quieted for Maryknoll. But this is tough. 121 pitches. You pitched full game yesterday and the day before.
That's foul.
Her velocity has gone down just a hair. Granted, her legs are, I'm sure, tired. And this is a big difference between softball and baseball, obviously, the way that a pitcher is able to work.
Well, you wouldn't have a pitcher out there with 120-something pitches, not nowadays.
And definitely not back-to-back days.
No.
Not 3 days in a row, that's for sure.
2-2, and you can see Cruz visibly frustrated, and it's 3-2.
Thought she sneaked one in there. Looked pretty good up here. You see the spin of that screwball. Great job from Polly Silva to hold it, and there you see the frustration from Cassie. 3-2.
A payoff pitch coming to Parker. And foul.
Lots of foul balls in this game as well. Had quite a few walks, long at bats. And because Cassie Cruz is getting tired too, her tempo, she already had a slower pace to her rhythm in the circle, and now I think even more so now that her body is getting a little bit tired.
Well, I think her body's a lot tired.
Yes.
3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff popped up to second. All right, there's Hiraoka to end. No, that's only the second out. That's what I thought.
Next up for Mililani.
2 away.
The right fielder, number 5, Lana Nakayama.
Lana Nakayama, the right fielder. She scored a couple of times here tonight. Nakayama hitting in the 7th spot.
Had Lions pinch hit for her last time up and now got re-entered.
Takes the pitch high. Still have 2 runners on. Watkins Villegas over at third base. Nakasone, the pinch runner, at second. Run across, 10-4, Mililani. There's a swing and miss.
Big swing and miss there. Pulling off towards third base. Good pitch from Cassie Cruz. Trying to end this inning.
So now Cruz just a pitch away from getting out of this and getting a chance to get a cup of water and a seat on the bench.
Silva calling timeout. Trying to get Cassie to finish this out right here.
Deep breath from Cruz, rocking back and forth, and fires that one upstairs. Teammates still trying to encourage her.
It's tough when your pitcher is having a hard time throwing strikes, walk 3 batters, but able to fight back here, trying to close the door.
Well, the count again. We have another 3-ball, 2-strike count to a batter.
Trying to get Cassie to throw strikes, telling her they've got her back.
Cruz popped up. Hiroka makes the grab for the final out. But we'll head to the 7th inning where Mililani is 3 outs away from a repeat.
Check it out.
He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahat. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Our Hawaii Longshore Division knows it takes all hands, and it's with hard work, dedication, and aloha that the women on the waterfront help keep our harbors on the move. From administration to dockside, they're a vital part of our union, lifting each other up and carrying our islands forward. Together we stand Ohana strong. We are the Hawaii Longshore Division, connecting daily life, our communities, our islands.
Check it out.
He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahat. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Here you go, top of the 7th and final scheduled inning. Mililani 3 outs away from a repeat, leading 10-4 over Maryknoll. But the Spartans will send up 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Iokia, Silva, and Cruz to face Hinano Bautista, who's been out there the entire way.
And she's had a few rough innings where she was a little wild, but nothing that has come back to bite her thanks to her team's offense. A few long innings in there, lots of base runners, lots of traffic for Maryknoll, but 10 runs is hard to overcome.
Well, they
Maryknoll.
only need 6.
There you go. And so we'll see what happens here. Hinano Bautista, the mainstay all year long for Mililani, trying to go back-to-back freshman and sophomore year of her high school career.
Now that would be very impressive. So here we go. To lead things off, it's Shea Iokia, the third baseman. Looking for her first hit. Hit a couple out last night. And the pitch down from Bautista is high. 10 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Mililani. 4-4-0 for Maryknoll. They have not scored a run since the 5th inning. The 113th pitch down from Bautista, but remember last night, they took her out early, and so she has a little bit more left in the tank than Cruz.
Yeah, that's right. She didn't pitch a full game, only pitched maybe an inning and a third yesterday, and so a little bit more fresh. Saw that one coming in at 58 miles an hour.
Fires that one high. So tomorrow we'll turn our attention to the baseball side of things.
Should be fun. Lots of good sporting events this weekend.
Oh,
That's
this
been
this
really
time of the
fun.
year is a blast, isn't it?
So much fun following UH sports as well.
2-1 pitch. That one will drop in left field for a base hit. So Iokia keeps it going with a leadoff single.
All right, here we go. 6 runs is hard to come by, but still, the life is there. There's still a heartbeat over there for Maryknoll. Iokia just finding a spot to drop that one in.
Only the 5th hit off Bautista in this one. As Palehua Silva steps in, he flexed the muscles back in the 5th inning with a home run. I think really the difference when you look at these two teams is, and you've mentioned it a number of times, it's just the power in that Mililani offense.
Yeah, and we've seen Maryknoll flex their muscles as well. It's just not as many of them, right? Mililani has so many different power hitters, and they're all 1 to 9. But we saw Silva hit one just as hard and just as far as these Mililani hitters. It's not just them that can crank one out of the yard. Silva was showing off her muscles as well. We also saw a pretty extensive bat flip, we'll say.
That's the highest bat flip I've ever seen in person. The pitch is upstairs.
And I think both teams got issued a warning. But Elo got a warning after her bat flip, and then Silva wanted to make sure
she got her money's worth.
She got her money's worth for sure.
And here we go. You have to still close out the game, and Bautista does not want to walk this hitter. That ball in the air, out towards center field. Playable. Watkins Villegas makes the grab, and Mililani's 2 outs away from repeating.
Just missed there with Silva.
And she knew it as soon as she hit it.
Sounded good, yeah, but underneath it, just a hair.
So Cassie Cruz, the pitcher. Probably her final at bat of her high school career.
It's been a great one. Worked really hard her entire career.
Strike to start off the hitter Cruz.
Was pulled up her freshman year in 2022 to be a part of that state championship team, and then has been on Vars and worked hard in the circle since. And this year as a senior has really shined in the ILH.
Way high, snap throw over first. And just getting back into the bag was Iokia.
Yeah, that was close.
A lot closer than it probably should have been.
And Chetta never scared to throw behind a runner at first base. Iokia kind of slowly coming back to the bag nonchalantly.
That one in the good. The runner's going to go down to second. The throw almost airmailed. Really no need to throw down to second with a 6-run lead, but the runner gets down there, Iokia.
Gets out of the ground ball double play, though, with that wild pitch.
Two and one to Cruz. And then looped over short. And it's a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. It'll be late. Sliding in safely on the RBI base hit is Iokia. Give Cruz the ribby. And it's a 10-5 ball game.
Good read off the bat from Iokia. She was going no matter what. The throw gets cut off by Mailo, and the scoring from Iokia. Trying to implore her dugout to keep on going.
Well, to get to needing 6 runs to get there, you have to score once at least, right? They got that one right there. It's Kaya Miller, the first baseman, has driven the run here in this one.
Talking about this Mililani team, they still got some young guns that are going to be here next year as well.
Yeah, there's certain programs that just reload.
And that's exactly right. You got a few, though. You got Watkins, Villegas, center fielder leaving. Ori Mailo, huge one, and Cheta leaving, but some big ones like your middles will still be here. Hinano will still be here yet again next year. Emma Parker.
Off the netting on the foul ball. Congratulations to Kapa'a winning the D2 state title earlier today over Pearl City, and Mililani trying to do the same thing here. The 1-2 pitch coming from Bautista. And that's fouled off. Still two strikes on the hitter. And again, staying alive is Miller. On deck, Sapolu.
Miller had a hit in the first inning. Got on by an error and then a walk. Having a great week this week as this state tournament's coming into a close. Did a wonderful job at first base as well all week.
Again, fouling it off the right side.
Staying alive, that's hard to do. Just kind of flick your wrists and foul off a pitch.
Try to get one you can drive. That's what Miller is hoping she can do. 1 for 2 with an RBI today. Bautista reached out, hit to first. They go to second to get the lead runner. Nice job by the first baseman Parker, getting that one down there to retire Cruz, and safe at first is Miller on the fielder's choice, and now the Spartans are down to only one more out.
Plays this one off the big hop, gets the force at second, and now Mililani trying to find that last out. It is really hard to win a championship, and I feel it is even harder to back it up and do it back to back.
I agree. Here's Sapolu. She's been kind of a pest at the plate so far for Bautista. Not a whole lot to show for it. Does have a sac fly RBI in the third inning, but she has made, every time she's come to the plate, she has made Hinano Bautista work for it. 2 down, runner at first. Trojans an out away. And you can feel the energy on one side of the stadium.
Yes.
The folks for Mililani. And if you're Maryknoll and you don't win this game, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
Very true. They've played great. They've fought back.
Playing for the title. That's what more can you ask? They're on the win. Outside.
For Mililani, you win it last year, and having to back it up again this year with the target on your back. It is hard to play sometimes when you know everybody's gunning for you. But they have done it well. They have shown the power all year long.
The 2-1. Down low. Go back over the first.
Just trying to find that last out any way they can. 3-1 count.
Sapolu steps in. Bautista rocks, fires. That's a strike. And now 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, runner at first. Sold out crowd here in Manoa. The line went all the way to the parking structure before the game to get in. The payoff. It's high ball 4, and Bautista loses her.
Everyone in the Mililani stands wanted that pitch. A little too high, though. Working with the bottom of the order, number 8 batter for Maryknoll coming to the plate.
Yeah, Kylie May got to the left fielder. She is 0 for 3.
She's talking to Gatu about her approach here. Got nothing to lose. Have hit it to the first base, or sorry, hit it to the pitcher twice today. Struck out. Trying to have a good at bat, make an adjustment at the plate. Put it in play hard.
And Bautista well aware she just needs to get 1 more out. So here we go. There's Gatu will step in. Miller at second, Sapolu at first, but 2 away, top of the 7th inning. And a strike to start off the at-bat by Bautista. 0 for 3 this evening. Nothing, 1 pitch lifted in the air, out towards right field. That's trouble, and that will bounce over the wall. It will be a ground rule double. So that will mean Sapolu will have to stop at third, but Miller will come in from second and score on the double by Gatu, and it's now a 10-6 ball game.
Flexing the muscles. Takes that outside pitch to the wall. Big bounce. Skips over the fence.
Well, I don't know if Maryknoll is going to get all 6 runs here in this half inning and force a bottom of the 7th, but they certainly are trying. And you got to give them credit. 2 runs across so far. And what a big hit with all the pressure on Gatu. Hitting that one into right center field. And Ciara Kamisato, the center fielder who has walked twice and then lined back to Bautista, will be the hitter.
Trying to close the doors. Mililani not able to do so. They're facing a Maryknoll team with some grit.
We saw Mom.
Got another timeout called here. Kudos to Maryknoll, though. Trying to fight back.
Well, this gives us time to remind you, more championship sports tomorrow. Spectrum OC 16, both the D2, D1 State Baseball Championship games, 4 o'clock D2 here in Manoa. Damien taking on Kapaan, then at 7 o'clock over on Maui. Waiakea and St. Louis in the final. So make your plans to join us for more action involving a ball and a bat and a glove.
There you go.
So this is a pretty long circle meeting, and finally they'll break it up.
They're trying to keep it loose for Mililani. Maryknoll as well, but got to took that to the fence. That was a great display of power from the number 8 batter for Maryknoll. Haven't seen much power down at the bottom of the order for Maryknoll. Definitely seen it in the middle.
Well, at this point, if you're Kamisato, you just want to keep the line moving. Just try to find a way to get on base. 2 outs, though. Batista's pitch down low. Nice job by Anchetta.
She is a really good blocker.
She
She's
is.
done that a lot the past couple nights, keeping that ball in front of her.
She might also have the biggest hit of the night, that grand slam.
Yes, definitely. We've seen a lot of home runs. That one being the biggest, the grandest.
The grandest. I like that. Ball at the plate. Now she's ready. 2 balls and no strikes.
Kamisato, number 9 batter, has a really good eye.
Well, we said she's already walked twice.
Yep. She doesn't really swing out of the strike zone. Has an opportunity to score 2, though, with a base hit.
There's ball 3. And if she gets on board, we head to the top of the order, and Rainy Hiraoka.
And there's Spartan fans standing on their feet, feeling it just a little bit. We thought the wind was gone over there. They found it.
The second wind, huh?
The second wind. There they are, standing on their feet. Making it interesting here in the top of the 7th.
No question. Bautista's 3-0 pitch. And there's a strike. That's a base hit back up the middle, scores 1 run. And it's coming in from third and scoring is Sapolu. Got to stop at third. But how about the bottom 2 in the order coming through? Got to with that double and then an RBI single here by Kamisato. And it's a 10-7 game.
Maryknoll not going down quietly. The bottom of the order doing their job and flipping it over to the top. And now you've got the tying run to the plate.
That's true. You are absolutely correct. She'll have to wait a couple of moments, and now both fan bases making some noise and having some fun. And now we'll have a circle visit after the players met with one another.
I think they're making a pitching change.
We'll have to wait and see who the new pitcher is. It would be a save situation. And it looks like it's going to be who we saw last night, Taylor Adriano. So she'll be called on to try to get the final out of this inning and give them a championship. But Adriano was really good in the circle last night after Puno had scored 5 runs in the first 2 innings, and Bautista kind of was struggling. They brought her in, and she threw 4+ shutout innings against the Buff and Blue.
And that's tough for Hinano Bautista. You aren't able to shut the door.
And what we saw last night was then when Bautista came out, she went to the left.
Yes.
To replace Kihara. We'll see if that
I think that
will be the
has
same
happened
case.
already. Yep, there you go. Bautista out there in left. Adriano in the circle, trying to close this out, but the tying run is at the plate for Maryknoll. And the top of the order.
Adriano, you see her numbers, the sophomore. 2.66 ERA, 29 strikeouts in 26 innings.
And this is a big credit and testament to Maryknoll and the fight they've shown all year long. Mililani maybe a little too casual here in this 7th inning. Thought it might be an easy 1, 2, 3, and it definitely hasn't been.
Yeah, no question. The pitch to start off the inning is a strike from Adriano.
The pitching change has definitely given some life to the fans. Both sides are on their feet yelling.
The 0-1 upstairs. And you can feel the energy level increasing with every pitch.
Yep.
For both sides. The Spartans hoping for more and Mililani hoping for less. In the air, to first base, it's caught, and the Trojans are once again the queens of the diamond.
It didn't come easy. A target on your back all year long, but Mililani able to go back-to-back Division I state champs. And this team has flexed the muscles all year long. This team is one of the best power hitting teams we have seen in a really long time.
Yes, and they used that power to a repeat here this season. Last night we saw 5 home runs. Tonight we saw 4 home runs. They did the vast majority of their damage just in 2 innings. The 2nd inning, 4 spot. In the 3rd inning, it was a 5 spot, and then the rest of the way just trying to get through with the pitching. And they did have enough. And congratulations to Mililani, and congratulations to Maryknoll as well on a very, very good season. Came up a bit short, but no reason to hang your head.
And the end of this game was a testament to their entire year. Down by 6, and they fought back. They were not done. They kept going, and they were trying their best at the very, very end. And kudos to them. Kudos to Cassie Cruz.
Well, Mililani repeats. They win it, back-to-back championships. They defeat Maryknoll 10-7. We'll have more from Manoa.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the second year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Here's the deal. People need a place to explore national issues that have an impact on their community. Join us every week to catch up on the stories making a big difference.
Watch The Big Deal with Errol Lewis Saturdays at 4 on OC16.
And welcome back to Manoa, where Mililani defeats Maryknoll 10-7 to claim the Division I State Softball Championship. Back-to-back titles for the folks from Millville. And joining us now on the field, our Hawaii Honda dealers impact player for the Trojans, Kahiao Aina. Congratulations. What's going through your mind right now?
Honestly, my heart's just racing. Like, I couldn't be more happy about this team and what we've accomplished this entire season.
And Kahiao, talk about the power for this team. I haven't seen a team hit this many home runs in a really long time. What is it about this group that makes the contact and the power go 1 through 9?
Once we start rallying, it's never stopping. Like, once someone catches a barrel, it really just goes through the entire team.
Talk about winning back-to-back championships. I mean, that's really hard. It's hard to win one, but then to repeat. How hard was it this year?
I mean, I think for the girls it was hard because it was my first year, but I'm still very thankful that they were able to two-peat today.
Yeah, of course, transferring from Punahou to Mililani.
Yeah, and Kahi, talk about the chemistry of this team. I know that you all are great friends. How does that work into this and being able to come home with a championship?
In reality, we're just ready. Ooh. We're just ready for the ride back on the bus, because that really shows how much we cared about this game and how much we wanted to win.
Hey, congratulations, Kahiao. Enjoy the state championship. All right, Kahiao Aina, our impact player. And let's take a look at some of the highlights of the shortstop. She was good at the plate, and she was also equally as good defensively.
One of the best shortstops in the state and has wheels to boot, but also don't forget her power. Hit the ball off the fence for a long single, and then there's a big bomb to left center. She flexed her muscles all week long. An incredible athlete, so much fun to watch is Kahiao.
So a great job by her and her family. I'm sure it's probably see her showing her little plaque there. Now she'll get mobbed by her teammates. On the other side, the impact player for Maryknoll, Polly Silva, we saw her hit one out. She had a good weekend.
2 for 3 today, a single there to get the party started for Maryknoll, but then that bomb right there with the big old bat flip was a big statement for Maryknoll, and she's an incredible catcher, such a good leader. You can just tell that her teammates love her, respect her, and that bat is all you need to respect.
Well, the winning coach is down on the field for Mililani. Rose Antonio joins us now. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to ask you this question. Was it harder repeating or winning last year?
It's harder to repeat. It's hard to get to this game, you know, get to the championship and to win. But we made history today because we're always repeating second place now. So now we're repeating as champs. And so these kids, our players made history today.
That's awesome, Coach Rose. And we've talked a lot about your girls, but I kind of want to talk about your coaching staff. You've had coaches that have stuck together with you for quite some time. Talk about the way that chemistry as a coaching team helps the rest of the team.
You know, I owe all of what's happening with our team to my coaches. I have Coach Walter, Coach Lauren, Auntie Lauren, Coach Clennell, Coach Markey, and Coach Tracy. Uncle Walter, my pitching coach, has been with me for probably maybe 13 or probably 14 years now. So he's been the longest on my staff.
Coach, can we see a three-peat next year maybe?
Well, we'll see.
No pressure.
You know, hey, it's a lot of pressure, and I still get nervous.
Yeah, we were getting some shots of you in the dugout. I was looking, and as the final outs were coming, it looked like you were getting a little bit more nervous. But
I was.
But your team.
I'm not going to lie. I was getting nervous.
Hey, Rose, go out and enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, Rose Antonio, head coach of Mililani. And it's time now for our Taco Bell play of the game. The big moment for the Trojans in the third inning. The number 9 hitter, Cody Anchetta, at the plate with the bases loaded. And hit that one out. A grand slam. And that hit right there, you could kind of tell that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Yes, I think it was a big statement, and it's a credit to this whole entire lineup that Anchetta, a home run hitter, has to hit 9th in this lineup because there's so many power hitters, but she's had a great weekend all week.
Yeah, earlier in our first game, the D2 state championship, it was a good one as well, and it was Kapaa outlasting Pearl City to win their second straight state championship. So we've seen at the D1, D2 level, repeat winners, kind of unusual.
Very unusual, and we've also seen the number 1 seed on both sides win it out. So kudos to both of them. Kapaa, great team. Mililani, of course, the power is what stands out to me. Both teams, incredible job.
Ready for some baseball tomorrow?
Let's do it. All right,
it's been a
Scott.
fun last couple of nights here. Congratulations to Mililani and also to the Spartans of Maryknoll. So Mililani wins it 10-7, and I'll wrap things up for us here on this Aloha Friday. Special thanks to our outstanding, hard-working Spectrum X cast crew. And for my broadcast partner, Kelly, I'm Scott. Until next time, we bid you aloha and a good evening from Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium in Manoa.
Nine to 5 in the rear view, and now